We're started.
All right. Welcome, everybody. My very first one shot.
Woo!
Very exciting. So, I started to start with giving everybody a quick overview of kind of where your characters are, what kind of the jazz is with this world. So, you are currently in the continent of Atraxia, which is my little original continent I made. So you will be starting in the city way over here called Brunsfaro. So the deal with Atraxia currently is it is home to many different magical creatures as well as humans. But there's currently a human supremacy group called the Atraxian Legion that is going around purging the world of magical creatures. And if it decides not to purge them, it will capture them and take them back to either Navlatir Stronghold or Galador Fortress for experimentation, where they will eventually be killed. Because of this, the Legion is very much hated by most sane magical creatures, but some humans are very well allied with them, and others are not. They are a human-only organization, go figure, and they are going to be the main antagonistic force of this one-shot. So, as I said, you're starting off in this little city right over here. And I guess I will go ahead and set the scene for everybody. So Brunsfaro is currently at night. It's a very dark city. It's also a magical city. So your characters, some of them are currently in the Brunsfaro Tavern called the Yawning Lion, and others are not quite in there yet. Outside is kind of rainy. The city is it's got a lot of wooden and stone architecture. It's very intermingled. It's got a lot of fire damage. It's been attacked before, specifically by dragons. It's inhabited by a wide variety of different kinds of people, lots of humans, and lots of magical creatures, because it is one of the last free cities on the continent, which means that it is free of all Legion control, which means that people are able to speak more freely about their love of the Legion or their loathing of it. So, we will go ahead and begin with Emma and Gentry's characters. Your characters are currently kind of across from the Yawning Lion. There's a cobbled street and it's kind of rainy outside, and you are staring at the notice board, essentially, of this town. And on it, you see this. Now, your characters, as I'm sure you will be able to tell, have a bone to pick with the Legion. And so, give us a little bit of background, or just introduce yourselves to us.
Okay, so for me, I am very pale-skinned Ivaron. I'm standing there. I have very dark black and gray plate armor on, and I have very long ice white hair, very pale skin. And I have on my right brow a silver piercing.
Sugar. Not bad.
Very edgy. My eyes are rose quartz color.
True.
Yeah.
I was like,
pretty jacked fellow. About 6'3".
holy crap! Sorry.
Yeah. And on my back, I have this super long glaive on my back. That's me.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear the audio from the speaker at all right
Yeah,
now?
I can hear it.
You can hear it? Okay.
So you didn't send me a picture or a thing of what I look like, right?
No, I just
fine.
described
Okay. Where did you get the rose quartz eyes from? Okay, okay, cool. Okay, so as you can probably figure out, I too am an Ivoron with this gorgeous, flowing, long, blonde, borderline white hair. Heavy eyeliner, like e-girl style. Oh yeah, and also I have like a gold lip piercing right here, and then I also have like a septum piercing going on, and I have a ring right here. I've got like 3 piercings.
Very edgy.
And my ears are like helixed up. Anyway,
Get the metal detectors.
Oh,
the chiseled.
Wow.
The chin, the
Love
cheekbones.
With the eye piercing.
Contour.
Eyebrow piercing.
And then
Natural.
I'm wearing like very like dark black kind of satiny like this robes and stuff. I look really cool. That's all you need to know. And my eyes are kind of like a lavendery color.
Very
Fan.
So y'all are staring at this bulletin board and you're seeing this note. So how do you respond to it?
Should we read it? Should y'all just go ahead and read it out loud so
That's probably
they know what's
Sure,
going on?
Just for them.
To the brave few with heart and soul remaining. Soul remaining, what is that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
The clan of Grey would have your aid. We have come under attack by the Dread Legion, and they have taken an item of great importance into their custody. Great importance item. This item should be returned to us. Could mean the difference between survival or annihilation of magic-blooded beings across the continent. With our forces spread thin and our losses great, we do not have the strength necessary to undertake such a venture. Well, it sounds like another problem. But we will provide handsome compensation to those willing to lend their service to the Grey and to Atraxia herself. What do you think?
Who are the Grey? Do we know anything
Y'all have
about
probably heard them a little bit. They're like a resistance force against the Legion.
Well, they seem to be aligned with our cause, somewhat. I mean, to me, they help us find who we're looking for.
I do like the sound of handsome compensation.
Indeed.
Well then, on the night of the 12th moon of late summer, you will find a member of the Grey in the cellar of the Yawning Line, and she will provide more information for those who are interested. Well, what do you say, Draven? Are we interested?
I'm very interested.
Little.
And that's tonight, by the way.
Ah, it is tonight.
I'm getting a little famished, if you know what I mean.
Yes. I suppose we could dress
It's
up.
whatever you like.
You know what? Why not? I'm a little bored.
Let's have some fun.
Sure.
So are y'all deciding to go to the tavern?
Yes.
Okay, so both of you guys are both of you guys. How's the audio? The sound audio, by the way. Quiet, too
I can
loud.
hear it.
Here, okay. So y'all are gonna approach the door of the Yawning Line, just kind of half decrepit, kind of ramshackle looking. It's all wood, which is kind of unusual in the city. It's pretty old. And on this door, there's like this brass door knocker that's like shaped like a lion's head. But as you're approaching it, you're seeing this kind of shadowed figure appear out of the side profile, and you look over, and it's a Magnalupin. And it's not the tallest Magnalupin to ever exist, but it is a Magnalupin. He's got kind of like a cloak on. And this Magnalupin is Daniel's character. If you'd like to kind of like give us a little overview about him.
Sure. So my name is Tannen, and he has kind of a lighter type of belt. And he's a little like lean for his build. He's a little weaker than some of the other Magnalupins. Let's see. He has icy blue eyes.
Does he?
Yes.
The wise white magnum.
Yes.
Oh my god.
He also has a pair of golden spectacles.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. He's so adorable.
Yes.
Little
Yes.
spectacles.
Yes.
Okay. And so your character.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh.
And so your character also has one of these little flyers, and it seems to be interested in this.
I
So,
see it in his hand.
yes.
Smells like dog.
It stinks.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, are you here to meet the lady as well?
Yeah, I think I'm interested. Yeah.
Competing for our bounty.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see who gets to it first.
Unfortunately, she died along the way.
That was a good joke. Well, anyway.
So, do either any of y'all want to knock on this door knocker? I'll knock. Okay. And when he knocks, this door knocker, being its lion's face, its eyes suddenly grow a very bright green, green, if I can talk. And it roars. It sounds exactly like a lion's roar. It roars very loud. And what you kind of like the boisterous noise you hear inside this tavern goes very, very, very quiet. And you see there's a little seeing eye box, and it kind of slides open, and these like kind of moth brown eyes are looking at you. This guy's like, "What do you want? What are you here for?"
Is it time?
We saw your note.
Is it nighttime?
It is.
Oh, okay,
It's like,
good.
Saw the note, huh? Would be the first. I don't get many of your kind around here. I'll let you in though. And the seeing eye box closes and the door kind of rattles for a bit, and finally it swings open. You see this kind of older looking guy standing there, like hunchback, and he's like, "All right, well, I don't think she's quite here yet, but you know, cellar's over there whenever she gets here." And would you like to walk in? And as you walk in, there's somebody kind of in a corner of the room that notices you. And this person is Helen's character, who is in the corner of this tavern, just kind of minding her business. She seems almost a little nervous. There's a lot of people around. And she also has one of these flyers. So Helen, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm a soul Frankie. So basically that's a Frankie, but the hawk version, not the owl. I have a dark complexion. I know I'm in sun here instead of moon. So I have a dark complexion. I have like braided hair in the front that transitions into feathers in the back. And so I kind of have like a little feather mohawk in the back, and I've got like dark kind of wings. So don't I kind of have a cloak that conceals everything a little bit?
Yeah, you
Okay.
have a cloak on currently. You can't really see your wings except for maybe the very tips of the feathers.
Okay. Sorry, I probably revealed
No,
too
you're
much.
fine.
And then also my eyes, like they're black with a ring of copper near the iris. And but yeah. And then the braids are kind of like guitars a little bit, but there's like multiple. And so yeah. And that's kind of my character. And then also I have kind of a prominent like golden necklace. It's kind of like a wing shape that kind of arches to the back a little bit, but it's kind of like a, what is it? Like a cut, not a, like a collar.
Kind of like a
but
collar.
but it's
lower.
thicker, yeah. And then do they see my cool short swords by me? Or are they sheathed at the
Oh,
moment?
I feel like they can see the gleam of them. They're really bright.
Yeah, so my blades are pretty stellar, pretty bright.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's two of them.
Yeah.
Some in the corner. I guess kind of like tapping my foot a little bit, kind of like looking at my, checking around, you know. My little mohawk's kind of perked up just a little bit. But yeah.
So as you're sitting there, you're noticing like the door open and these three very interesting figures walk in. And you've heard of the Iveron. They're kind of a little bit feared by your people. And you've also heard of the Magna Lupin. But you also notice that they all have this flyer in their hand, which you find kind of interesting. Would you like to, what are your thoughts on that?
So my little mohawk, which was a little perked up, gets perked up just a little bit more. And I kind of like look at him, I'm like, so same thing? You saw this on the bulletin board about the Legion?
Interesting. Freaky. Kind of.
What was that?
Hard to catch.
You have something to say?
An odd cast of characters around here.
Wow, you guys are a little standoffish a little bit. Well, you know, it's nice to meet you. I'm assuming we're waiting for this, for whoever is representing the Grey. Have y'all heard of them before?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Okay, who are they? Because, I mean, I saw Legion. I don't like the Legion. I guess we all don't like the Legion. Otherwise, we wouldn't have taken this. I mean, right? I mean, you know, right?
Well, congratulations, you're part of the Grey.
I'm truly honored. Oh, that was a joke. Okay. Well, that was a good joke, you know.
I'm just gonna sit down.
I'll sit next to him.
So I guess while we're getting to know each other here, names. Do they call you by anything? You good, sir. I love your spectacles. I gotta say.
Thank you. My name is Tannen.
Very nice to meet you.
That's
I'm
Rava.
Rava. Okay, sorry. Pronunciation is off. Okay. Rava. Well, I'm Rava. It's very nice to make your acquaintance. And what about you two?
They're all very jovial, aren't they?
Yes. I'm Dreven of Chateau de Vitriol.
That sounds very fancy.
It is.
And you?
Evan and Cynthia Janvier of House Citadel, but you can call me Evan.
Evan. Okay, I'll go by Evan.
Mhm.
Pronunciation's not quite my thing. Well, it is very nice to meet you. I will say they have a fantastic. So wait, are we at like kind of a bar?
It's
type
tavern,
area?
yeah.
Tavern?
There's a bar. There's kind of like a lot of tables around. You've got like a loft area, but there's a bar kind of in the left corner, and you see a
Gotcha.
barkeep there.
Gotcha. Do I have a drink in hand while I've been waiting?
If you want to.
Okay, sure. And then I'll say like, this is pretty good if you want anything to quench your thirst. If I'd assume you've traveled a long way. I haven't seen an Iveron in quite a while. I've heard of you, but I haven't really seen many of you. Maybe from a distance, but never this close.
I could use a drink.
But I don't think anything they offer here will quench our thirst.
What? You're that thirsty? Well, I mean, there's water. I guess that's the ultimate hydrator, but
Take an ale.
The barkeep sees you, she's like, on it, and she's working on your ale. And so, as you're all talking, there's this kind of very hulking figure that's at the bar. Very hulking, kind of shrouded figure. And he's got very long, and he kind of looks over, and he's like, and he's very obviously a Magnalupin. And he kind of
Yeah.
looks at you,
Very obviously.
looks back at his drink, kind of slams his drink down, and gets up. And this is Sawyer's character, if you would like to
Yes.
introduce him.
So my character is obviously a Magnalupin. He's an Angorian Magnalupin, meaning that he has very dark fur. He is around 8'2". So freaking large. Even among the Magnalupin, he's a very tall Magnalupin. But
Did we catch that?
Yes.
No, we didn't.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go get a napkin real quick.
But I didn't ask for this. So I mean, and to an extent, he didn't ask for it. But and he's very towering. He has round scarlet eyes with a dark coat, which makes him even more imposing. And but yeah, that's my character. His name is Zanub.
Did you pick that name?
I did pick that name. Anubis, the dog, sort of god from put an X on it, and there you go, Zanub.
Cool.
But I guess I should start with his introduction to the story. The thing that the person that he was looking at was Tannen. So he goes, Tannen!
Zanub.
I've missed you. What are you doing here? I suppose you're here for the same reason.
Indeed. I am.
so you know each other. I would
Yes.
have never assumed that at all. Really.
Yes, from another kingdom. We don't quite want to bring it up, but definitely.
I will leave it be. I apologize.
So I guess we're all part of the Gray. What was I suppose? But why are you sitting next to them? Why are we?
I don't know. I ran into them first.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. That is awkward, isn't it?
There are far too many of them here.
Are y'all a couple? I'm sorry, I have to ask. Are you siblings? You look very similar.
Our culture doesn't like labels.
Okay. Anyway, I apologize. I didn't realize the Gray was offering. I forgot about the history between your people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Anyway.
How much time left before this person is supposed to arrive?
No, I'm getting rather impatient.
As am I.
But you have your ale.
Not yet.
Oh.
Kind of around that moment, you hear the barkeep be like, "Hey, you want this? You gotta pay for it."
Throw her however much.
It's like 1 gold piece or something, right? Yeah. And so
What a
she,
deal.
so
What
she
a deal.
slides
Best deal.
the ale across. She's like, "Not promising it's the best, but it's better than water, I guess." She like kind of wanders off. And so as this is happening, you're kind of hearing in the background like this very happy, like kind of lute or flute kind of instrument playing. You look over, and there's a Cyclin that is a bard that is playing the lute over in the corner. And
You
she
said a
seems
what?
a Cyclin, which is the
water.
folk.
It's the water people.
And so
Okay.
she's kind of like laser beaming you right now. And this
Laser
one,
beaming who? Just the whole
all
night?
of them.
Oh.
And kind of the lute abruptly stops as she's playing it. And there's a few other people up there with her. And she's looking at you. And she steps off her little stage. And she reaches into her pocket and she pulls out one of these. And this is Holly's character.
Whoa.
Who, if you would like to just say her name and like her occupation.
I'm Lark. Is that R or C?
Lark. Is it Lark? R. Like the bird. And Lark, I imagine, actually have a picture for what Lark looks like.
Ooh,
So
picture.
I didn't draw it, okay, but I have a picture. This, if I can get the picture to be larger, I can. But this is kind of what Lark looks like, if you can see.
Oh, she's
Wait,
so pretty.
I didn't see it.
Blue.
I'm a water person. Aww. I love it.
So cute.
And Lark is kind of a little bit, I would imagine her to be kind of not really with current events that much. But she obviously is interested enough to have one of these flyers. And so, Lark, would you like to wander up to them? Hey y'all!
Oh my
I got one of these too!
Oh my goodness, you're part of our group as well.
Oh my god!
Oh wow.
Is my
I heard
first
you
right here?
playing the whole night. You were wonderful. I meant to come and tell you.
thank you. And who are y'all?
I'm Xanadu.
Okay.
You make that name yourself?
My parents love me very much.
Okay. Oh my god.
What about you, dear?
Jeez. I can't. Somebody help me. Rubba.
Oh, well, nice to meet you.
Nice.
Who are y'all? Are y'all siblings?
I
They do look the same.
They do. I'm Evan. Okay.
I'm driven.
Okay.
And your name?
Oh. Okay, well, nice to meet y'all. Oh, and lost my dice.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, man.
It's all.
Does anybody want to make any remarks?
Say something.
I mean, it can't be too much longer. I mean, it's night. The moon should be rising any moment now. I mean, I would assume Tannen and Daniel to have a better feeling of that. Just never mind. Anyway,
That sounds like racism.
I've read a good bit, and it's coming back. My mother, she always criticized me for being a little flatty with these types of things, but should be rising any moment, as far as I know. So should be,
She said flighty. That was a good joke.
Your sense of humor scares me.
Well, anyway, so
So as y'all are kind of talking, that kind of really old, gangly looking doorman comes up and he's like, "She's here." in the cellar. Kind of like jabs a thumb backwards, and there's it's basically a hatch in the corner of the tavern, and it's a hatch door, and that is the way to the cellar and to this informant of the Grey.
I guess we go down there, right? Well, I'll start, so I guess I'll go ahead.
Okay. So you walk to this door, and then, like I said, it's a hatch door. You open it, and immediately you're kind of hit with this just kind of smell of ale, and just, it's musty.
Woo!
It smells like somebody hasn't cleaned it in like 20 years.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you're kind of like, ugh. But regardless, you go down this hatch into what kind of looks like a wine cellar, but it's almost like a tunnel. There's a tunnel, and it leads to a big wooden door at the end of the hallway. So,
Let us away.
so would y'all like to go and I guess I would say knock on this wooden door first.
Yeah. Hello.
Come in.
Okay. Well, ladies first, I guess.
So y'all open this door, and awaiting you inside is a female Côte Nadir. And she is kind of like reclining in her chair, this a bit, with her little wine goblet, and is just swirling it, being chill. And she, as you are walking in with her file, she's looking at you and just like, oh, quite the turnout, I must say. Didn't expect so many of you, and haven't seen you in, well, I guess I haven't ever seen you. What made you want to come here?
Money.
Money.
Can't blame you for that. What about the rest of you? What did she put in this thing? Ugh. Brave few with heart and soul remaining. Any of those in this group?
Oh, I would say yes, definitely.
Do we have to have both components to
So remaining.
qualify?
Not really. I mean, we're a little bit desperate here, so we gotta go with whatever. Now you do seem like you have a good heart. A little bit naive it seems, but good.
My feathers kind of go down a little bit, like,
Well, I guess we better sit down. And she has several chairs kind of lined in front of her. Like, a lot, but you have probably to pull up a few more because she didn't expect anything of you. There are tables kind of scattered around this room, so I guess a few of you would pull chairs over and kind of all sit down. And as you're sitting, she goes, I guess you're wanting to know more information about our little flyer situation here, right? Very interesting.
Yes.
Yes. And how many of you have heard of the Grey before?
Yes.
And no, we're not very popular, so it is to be expected. Even among the magic folk, you think we're helping you, but no,
Well,
I've heard of us.
as long as we're killing some legion, count me in.
On that, my friend, we can agree. Well, my name is Sachari, and as is fairly obvious, I am a Côte Nadir. And Sachari has this kind of like very pretty bronzed, deep tan skin, and she's got these almost cheetah-like markings going down her eyes and into her lips with her painted black. She's got these gold eyes, and there are absolutely no scleras in them, so no white of her eyes, it's just gold. And you can almost see what look like the ghost of ears on her head. Like she's got this really dark hair, but you almost see what look like ears kind of perking periodically. And so she's got lots of like gold bangles and everything, but she's got her fair share of scars. So she's seen, especially on her arms, she's seen some combat. So Chari kind of looks at all of you and she's like, well, since so few of you had heard of the Grey, I guess I should explain it better then. We rose, I don't know, maybe 20 years back, not very old group. Bit pissed off about the Legion, as most of us should be, kind of trying to kill all of us, including myself. I look pretty human, but they still want to kill me, skin me when I'm in my panther form, which you've not seen, but it's very good. Well, we are holed up in the Binstones, east of the continent, near the sea. Very nice place, but it got ransacked by the Legion a couple months ago. Very bad, many died. Our main informant was unfortunately killed, and I was put in her place. And during this attack, a very important item of ours was stolen. See, our leader, she has the powers of prophecy, which is very rare nowadays. And she, with her powers, made this what she called a scroll of prophecy. I'm not familiar with it. I don't know anything about that. I'm from Bethar, way south of here. But she was very distraught about this scroll being gone, and she told me that if we don't have it back, there's a good chance that if it falls into Legion hands, big world could turn to shit, which it is pretty shit already, but worse shit, deeper shit. Our goal would be to have this scroll back, but you see the scroll, it is not near here anymore, it is in Navlatir, which, have any of you heard of Navlatir?
Unfortunately.
Yes.
Wait, whoa, sorry.
Figures. So she kind of pulls up a map out of her pocket or whatever and stretch it out before you, and she goes,
an iPad.
She like pulls out a mirror.
She pulls out her mirror and is like, so like, you see, here we are, down to the south, and there is Navlatir's stronghold, which is unfortunately one of the Legion's growing strengths in the south of the continent. We don't know exactly what goes on there, just that it most likely isn't good. The Griffins don't tell us good things. They're right at the foot of their territory. Not a great situation, but we have been informed by, say, the Griffins that the Legion commander, or what does he call himself? I can't remember, stupid. Tyrannus. He has brought this scroll of prophecy to Navlatir. Very tragic so far. But being our forces have been so lovingly obliterated, as you can see in this flyer, we can't go there ourselves. As much as we would like to, we'd probably all die, and then the continent would be doomed, and that's never good. So, we need people like you who are brave enough to go to Navlatir and retrieve this scroll from us. We don't know exactly where it is in Navlatir, but we do have good word that the Red Captain is no longer there right now. He is down in Alderstone for some sort of stupid noble meeting. You don't know who humans are. But he is not present, so most likely the fortress will be significantly less guarded than normal. Still guarded, but because of the guards that would be there, we would be, what was I saying here, provide handsome compensation. Of course she said they had some words there. It means I have to give you a lot. Nah, I can do 250 galleons per person. It's about $10,000 per person.
Whoa.
250 galleons. She told me to throw this in. I guess I should. Dragon scale armor for everybody.
Oh, wow.
Best we can offer. We don't have a shortage of that, but the Legion in their ways, they kind of, have a way of piercing certain armors that we wouldn't think could be destroyed. But each of you, should you complete this mission of ours, would get the money and the armor in whatever way or shape you want it. It would be crafted by one of our finest blacksmiths. So, all you have to do is go to Navlatir, which would be probably, I don't know, week or two's travel, most likely 2 weeks. You don't seem like you might. Not sure there'll be a whole lot of camaraderie here. Yeah, to be honest. Listen, I'm just looking. The gray is different. We have lots of different species. I get a sense that they are not very detached from their culture, which is a little bloodthirsty, if I do say so myself. So, not to judge, but also to heavily judge you. Don't eat anybody, seriously. This is important to us. Very important. Doesn't seem like it. Stupid little scroll, I know, but seeing past the money, it is extremely important for her to have this scroll back in order to bring about a better future for everyone. So, if you are to retrieve this scroll, you will be going to the Bedstones, which is the east of the continent, and delivering it directly to us. And if this happens, you will be embraced into the Grey as honorary members and brought to a blacksmithing forge where we will create your armor.
So once we get the scroll, we go east.
Yes, to
And
the
then-
Bedstones.
Okay.
You will know when you are close. It is very obvious. Lots of magical creatures, lots of magical signatures. Kind of hard to hide. We tried, but the Legion found us and all that. So,
What was the name of that person again?
Sachari,
No, the bad one.
Tyrannus,
Hmm. Yes, I've heard that name before.
have you got some bad blood, do we? I mean, we all do, but I see in your very cold, red eyes that this bad blood might go further than the rest.
You can't see anything in my eyes. There's nothing there.
I just say they were cold and dead, so.
I'm in.
Are we?
Wait, I'm so sorry. Tyrant, Tyrannus? He has the scroll.
He does.
Okay.
Actually, well, to be honest, Tyrannus used to have the scroll, but then he most likely gave it to somebody not volunteer. But Tyrannus, as I'm told, is no longer there. But
He could.
I can't know for certain. The Griffins only tell us so much; they get distracted every 2 seconds. Not very reliable.
Oh, they're so playful.
Yes.
They're cute, I will say. They're cute. But, yes, Tyrannus, supposedly, according to our informant, Griffin is not present, but the scroll, they assure me, is there. It would be nowhere else.
Okay.
So, you may not get your pounds of flesh this time, but as I said, they are Griffins and they are quite stupid, so you might actually be there. But the rest of you, though, she's so eager, and I hear silence except for you, who seems equally eager.
I'm in.
I am.
Oh, interesting accent, and you, blue skin. I don't think I've seen you before. Oh, I know. You're kind of from Aluja, east and south, very rainforesty, very humid, terrible for my complexion. Interesting. You're kind of looking and seeing she has a loop. You're Bard. Do you want to sing us a song? You sing Bard songs?
Can I like play? You want?
Oh my god.
No, okay. It'd just be all too well. So.
You could roll for it. You could just roll and be like, "Oh, it was a great song."
But like,
Good song.
like
That song.
the way that like the guy from Blink 182 sings it.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
She kind of look at you and be like, such a shame. I do love a good tune. What about you? You're awfully quiet over there. What you think?
Oh, I'm in. The word is quite handsome.
And you? I'm getting a sense that there's some history here, kind of on the negative side. I mean, there's obviously some stuff going on there, but with the whole race thing and the eating of the lupin. But you, I don't know. I'm sensing some antagonistic energy.
There was a friendship that broke,
Oh, I hate those. I hate those very much.
in which both of us made mistakes.
Hmm.
But as long as we can kill Atraxians and strike a blow to their empire, I'm interested.
Well, we always need more of those. Just trying to put your personal beef to the side, please. We do kind of need you to be alive for this. I mean, kind of important, you know.
Well, I would like to see these people try to go after us.
See, that's the antagonistic energy I'm talking about.
But we're
That's
able
it.
to get through
Yes.
this in order to, because we ultimately hate the Legion and we're gonna destroy them.
I
And
hate
the
them
most
far more than I could ever hate you.
exactly. And we're going to kill them and murder them and string them anyway. When can we start?
I do love your optimism, darling. I hope it isn't beat out of you on this road.
Never.
Didn't
I've been
happen.
I've been I've been through the ringer. It hasn't died yet. So when can we start?
Well, Dawn, you would likely want to not live here before Tyrannus decides that Elderstone is boring and goes back to it, which, who knows, could be any time. I don't know. Again, Griffins, stupid. Regardless.
Anyway, do you offer free room and board for us, your servants, as we're about to go through this?
I do not own this tavern. Who do you think does? Somebody
I
out
don't
there.
know.
We'll
We're
find
the
somebody.
wine side.
I'm
We're
just
the good
here.
stuff.
I
I
would
would
have
assume.
seen the
This
dunes.
is not your office.
No, it is not. I came. You see the sand on me? She kind of dusts in like sand balls all over. She's like, you see this? Do I look like I come from here? No. I do not belong here. I am either in a bar, which I need to go to at least once a month to have my complexion, or I'm at the Band Stones, which I'm hoping y'all will meet me at in about a week or two's time. So, Dawn, talk to whoever you need to up there, but before you go, I do have something for you. And she kind of like reaches down and pulls out this kind of like series of 3 flasks, and they're like superior health potions. She's like, I only have 3. Okay. I mean, again, our
3 each one of
reserves,
us?
only 3, just 3 in general. Just like, again, only 3. I know our reserves were a bit depleted here, but it's the best I can do. And I mean, maybe your bard will inspire you when you're bleeding out on the ground somewhere. I don't know. Is that your job? Is that can you fight? Can you fight?
3 for everyone. There's 3. There's 3 total. Is there 3 total?
3 total.
Yeah, 3 total. 3 for everyone.
3.
I didn't take it.
No.
So who takes it?
Down.
So only there's only 3 for all 6 of us.
I trust her.
That's so I'll get one.
Well, it seems like you'll need it. You don't look very honest over there, and like your little friend. No.
I would also maybe 10.
Yes, I mean, like by Lupin standards, you are a little bit on the scrawny side.
I mean, compared to the 8 foot.
Yeah, I mean, well, rest of you, I guess, just spike it out.
I too will take one.
Or not, or you just do that. That works. That works. Listen, get on a road and one of you gets injured, it isn't the one that has a health potion, just give it to them.
Okay, I don't think they're gonna be as apt to share as some of us.
Girl, I got a flute.
Come on! Right you are, Lark. Right you are. I forgot about that flute. Or is it a flute? Are you a flutist or a dentist?
Both. I think we're in good hands here.
I trust my life in your hands, Lark.
I don't.
We'll keep that to yourself. Anyway, well, I'm ready to find a room and, rest my, feathers a little bit. I don't know about you guys.
Sounds good to me. I would like to be on the road myself. I hate this time of night. It's so boring and stinks a little.
Well, it's also cold and wet, and yes, I'd much like a fluffy bed.
You and me both. Yeah, we'll go talk to somebody up there, and I'll be on my way back to the Vincennes. Only took 10 hours to get here. Yeah. So she kind of like gets up and dusts herself off. She's like, make good use of those, please. And please don't die. Don't die. Please. She just kind of like saunters off out the door.
Very, very interesting cat lady. Did you see her ears? I thought they were pretty cool. Wow, crickets. Well, it smells like history down here, which is not my favorite scent. So I'm going upstairs if you guys would like to follow.
I guess I'll follow. I need some more.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get a room. If anybody wants to be a bunkmate, I'm happy to share, but that is up to you guys. They're a couple. They're not siblings.
They're not siblings.
I would not.
No, I asked them.
They look like siblings.
Not very good at whispering.
Well, I was gonna say their names even rhyme.
I know.
LeBron. Anyway.
I stand up and put my hand out. I lift her up.
I would love to be
They have a lot of this where I'm from.
Hey. Well, very interesting. I need to learn more about your culture then.
Oh, yeah, I want to.
All right. So can we go get rooms or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to your room. For sure.
Go up and.
This. I'll walk up to the innkeep.
Mm-hmm.
How much is it for a room?
Some 3 gold. You're not gonna eat me, are you? You look a little.
Unless you're into that. I'm gonna try to say, hey, listen. Had a really rough day.
Mm-hmm. you and me both, man.
Do you think you could make that room 1 gold instead? Make a persuasion check. Big money, big money, big money.
Oh.
Wait. 15. Big money plus 6.
Wow.
This innkeep who's it's not the same guy as the doorman. He's this just ugly guy with and he just kind of looks at you and he's like, yeah, you can't get that one over there. And he just kind of like hard eyes at you. He's like, that is the best one.
And she'll kind of like put her hand on his shoulder and be like, thank you. And just kind of walk away and looks over at Drum and is like,
I follow her.
This guy's kind of like stumbling in place.
Can I be next?
Yeah, totally.
Alright, be like, I need a room for tonight. How much?
Three gold. He's kind of like coming out of the haze. 3 gold.
Would you be open to bartering?
Persuasion check.
Wait,
Or intimidation, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I should have been like, you should be open to bartering.
I mean, you look scary enough that your voice doesn't even.
Nah, the first one was 5. Let's just go with persuasion check. That would be hard. Persuasion. Just 5. No.
This guy looks like he's about to pee himself, but he's seen a lot of Lupin before, and he's like, 3 gold, please.
Okay, thank you. You tried.
Okay. All right. He kind of like looks at the rest of you. He's like, "Who's next?"
Me, good sir. Now, I've heard you give I heard you gave a very big deal to one of my friend that Iveron who just passed through. So I was wondering if I could be, given the same, consideration.
I gave her a deal.
Anyway, we're just talking about maybe 1 gold piece or, I've been traveling all day. My wings are a little sore.
You know what? Can the rest of you just pick a room, okay? Like it'll just come out of. I can't deal with this. I can't. And he just kind of
I'm
like.
like walking
have
into my
no-
room. I'm like, what?
He's just trembling. He's like, I didn't know get paid enough for this. He just kind of like stumbles out the door pissed.
My good sir, you have the kindest of hearts.
He's just like, and like slams the door behind him.
I guess I'll go to my room.
Slam the door.
And there's like a hallway with bunches of rooms y'all can just pick. It's not very full. It's kind of empty. It's dead. Cool. So y'all want to go into your rooms?
Yep.
Anybody want to say anything in particular?
No.
It'll be good.
We're good.
All right.
Free room.
You hear the largest
Oh my god.
vigorous loot play.
I'm just hitting my head on the wall, just like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Big ears.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, then in that case, I will go ahead and do a time skip. So it is now the morning, and all of you awaken. That's very loud. And all of you awaken, and all of your rooms are kind of facing outside, so you can see that the sun's been up. It's like very, very early dawn. So anybody have a preference, or who would be the earliest riser?
Me.
Okay. So
Do you go out and make rooster noises?
I go out and I stretch out my wings as far as they can go, like with the sun shining on them, and be like, oh yeah, that was the best sleep ever in my free room. Wow, that Evan, I gotta take it to her and learn more of her feelings. So, breakfast. I'm hungry.
okay. So you're gonna go up to like the barkeep. There's again barely anybody in there, especially now. But there is one very tired looking barkeep up there. She just kind of
Good morning.
Oh.
I forgot some people do not rise with the dawn.
I do, but it's not a willing decision, really. What
Well,
you
look
want?
at it this way: your day is longer to enjoy.
Enjoying a day here, if you say so.
You're making this very hard. Anyway, I would like some eggs, maybe a cup of some hot tea if you have it. The morning started.
All right. I got something. She kind of looks, and I mean, it's a complete cluttery mess back there. She's like, I'll lift something up for you.
Thank you.
Stalks off to the back for a bit.
I wonder where everybody is. They said we gotta leave by dawn.
Well, I'm gonna be the last to wake up.
And I should mention, like, y'all tend to err on the more, like, I guess all four of you guys tend to err on the more naturally nocturnal side. So this is kind of tough.
Maybe
Yeah.
I should just go while I'm waiting for my breakfast. I'm gonna go and kind of like knock on each door. So I knock on Drebin and it's Evan, right? I'm not okay. So I knock on their door. I'm like, "Good morning."
As soon as you start to talk, the door opens.
Oh my gosh.
Your face is there.
Hi, good morning, Drebin. I'm so sorry to wake you. They said dawn. We were to leave at dawn, and it's getting kind of late. Are you awake? Excuse
Close
me.
the door.
Well, I guess somebody was sleepwalking there. So I'm gonna go to Zeus and be like, "Good morning."
And I'm just like, ah! And you just hear
I kind of like jump back and I just my little hawk kind of like goes straight up and I'm like, I'm not gonna knock anymore. And I go to Tannen's and Lark's door and I'm like, "Good morrow." Lark, is it not a beautiful morning?
I know, I've been up for 6 hours.
I heard you playing the most beautiful music and it was such a great lullaby to go to. Thank you.
Thank you, it's Metallica.
What a lovely name. Well, they have breakfast downstairs if you want to order some. I'm waiting on mine at the moment.
Yeah.
So, the maid look a little sleepy, so just be patient.
I can fix that.
The kind of barkeep lady is kind of starting to kind of come out of the back room. She's got a plate of like eggs and toast and like juice or whatever for Rabah. And I'm assuming, are you approaching her?
Yes.
Okay. And she's gonna be like, "Oh, another one? Oh, just my luck." And she kind of like slides the thing on the table. "What you want?"
Y'all got chai tea lattes?
I mean, we got a lot of different kind of tea, I guess. And she kind of goes back in the cabinet, like fishing through stuff, stuff's falling. She's like, and they got chais. I don't know what else kind of. Well, anyway, I got some, all right. Yeah, anything else? Seem awful hyper.
good.
All right, you got. Okay. And she's kind of like just like shaking, doing her chai tea latte, but she makes you your chai tea latte. She's like, "Here you go." She looks at you really weird and is like,
Oh, thank God.
she's like, "How many of you are there?" I mean, it's her and I saw two open last night. How many of you are there here? Oh my God.
Did Tanner wake up?
Well, 4 or 5 if you count the twins.
Twins. Oh. You talking about the pale people? They do kind of look like siblings in real life. I didn't want to assume.
trying.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, that's a little suspicious, I'll admit. I mean, that sort of stuff doesn't normally happen over here, but I can't say this one was like the freaking southeast, but you know, I don't know. Yeah.
I thought it was kind of neat But, you know, I just wanted to put it out there.
The-
Know that their names rhyme.
oh, okay. Just valid clarification. All right. She's kind of like, all right.
A lot of opportunities there for songbirds that they could share. 'Cause their names rhyme.
Sounds like up your alley. I don't know.
She's like, "Let me share a little more." I don't know. Sorry. I didn't say that. I'm not awake yet. I'm still on the ground trying to get up. I'm still on the ground trying to get up. Sorry, I just had to say it. Yeah, I'm not there. I'm sorry.
All right,
Or maybe I could wake up and then just like have heard what they said.
Heard
And then I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, you didn't need to say that, but that was assumed across the board. I'm not that naive.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I agree. Yes, I don't think you're that naive either. I don't, for sure. But also,
When did you get here?
I move very silently. Thank you for pointing out the obvious.
Wow.
I can hear through walls.
I know you have incredible hearing.
Yes. No need. No need to whisper.
Well, I just wanted to be cool. Anyway, it's just kind of like a Tannen, you up?
Yes.
Good morrow. Okay, everybody's up except I don't want to mess with it. Anyway, let's breakfast. I'm going to eat my stuff.
Great. And I guess the innkeep's poor little russet-haired innkeep gonna look at Tannen and be like, "What can I get you?"
Do you have some eggs?
Yep, I do. And she kind of like walks off to the back and gets your eggs for you.
I ordered the same thing. I'm excited.
Cool. Great. Y'all got any more friends of yours? That's it.
Is there
Got the
two-
time out.
Oh,
Fully geared up and open it for Evan.
I walk up.
Follow.
Oh.
I'm gonna go sit down at the bar.
Oh, okay.
I sit as well.
Bless the
I
king.
move
Okay.
to
I'm
the
gonna-
very end next to Tannen.
I'm gonna sidle up next to Evan.
Barkeep.
Yeah.
Take 2 things of bacon raw.
Excuse me, did you say raw?
I'm not gonna
Alright,
say
I mean, I was
one of
gonna.
those for me, darling.
Of course.
Thank you.
I mean, I was gonna guess blood, so I guess it's part of my fun. Want your stuff
Now
back.
that is racism.
Honey, you should see the kind of people that come through here. I think you better watch yourself. And she walks back and gets like slabs of bacon or whatever and comes back. She's like, eat.
Do you have any chicken
Raw or cooked.
cooked?
Thank you. She wanders off the back and she's like, give me a second, I gotta cook. And I'm like, your friend's here when it's freaking still bleeding. She wanders and you hear her like kind of messing around in the back with the kitchen.
Do I have my food?
Mhm.
No. I'm enjoying it. Sipping my
Cool.
tea.
And she's got her tea, you got your food, and they've got their raw
I
food.
sniff it and then I just start eating it while it's right there. I have my hands. I'm like, I'm just,
Yep.
dog eating it.
Great. Nice. How long are y'all gonna be here? Is this like a night? Is this like a nightly thing, or is this like y'all are passing through?
We are actually going to leave right after breakfast. We have a quest.
Best news I've got all week.
Big compensation. Great. Cool. And we get to kill the Legion.
Wow, after the Legion, huh?
Yeah.
Good for you. I mean, I kind of being a bit of, I don't know, not the greatest when it comes to the magical people. Like,
You want to come with us?
I'll pass. You know, see, I'm kind of like.
Come.
Nah, see, nah, you and your little chai tea can just go because listen, I'm a human, you guys. I got no freaking wolf mouth or little water ear skin fin, whatever they're called.
That's understandable.
Yeah, thanks.
Excuse me.
My teeth are very strong.
Water girl. Whatever that beverage is, does it have something that perks you up?
Sure, take some.
I need some perking.
Oh, that smells wonderful. Laura.
Let's do it at the same time.
Oh my god! I've heard of your people, and I know of your rituals. Unfortunately, I will not partake.
No! I will partake. You got some candles?
Whoa. I didn't know it was to have partake. Never mind. I didn't realize that it needed that much.
Oh
of a
yeah,
ceremony.
I was thinking something different.
That seems too much effort to put on you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Now you drink the chai tea and then you eat a candle.
Oh, I had some. Okay.
I didn't know.
Well,
they were-
I don't know if wax would settle with my stomach. I eat lightly, keep me light and airy so I can, if I gotta bust it out of here, I can bust it out of here. I've got wings. If you can't notice the feathers on my head right now. But yeah.
That
Anyway.
was a good joke, Jordan.
What was the joke? Excuse me? You got something to, tell all of us?
I said
I love a good joke.
candles are light.
That is very good.
That was a good
I don't get it.
Evan, where did Drebin learn these hilarious puns and witty remarks?
I don't know, Trevin, where did you learn these witty remarks? You're just so naturally clever.
It's been a gift from the Mother of Death herself.
Of course. Yes, it's the only reason.
Mother of Death, does this have to do with the darkness in your eyes? That.
No, this is just how I look, actually.
But last night, if you recall, the cat lady,
Sachari. Her name is.
Sachari mentioned you had something, about you that was a little foreboding, a
Oh,
little.
it was just a joke. It's just a comment in passing. I meant nothing by it.
But you kind of took it personally, so.
No, I did not. I can assure you.
Well, you did kind of react more so than you are right now, even with Jevin next to you.
I'm sorry. I'm not very good at reacting strongly. This is.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, okay.
Okay.
But why the raw? Okay, I get you guys need energy. Does that mean blood, or does that just mean broad flood? Like,
Oh no, this is just how I like my bacon.
I don't think it tastes that. Even I like it cooked, and I prefer it, but
We all have our preferences.
So what do you think of?
I like candles.
Anyway, well, I'm ready to go when everybody else is, but that's just.
And you hear the innkeep lady from the back like, please do!
You can grab a couple candles, Lauren.
Yes!
In mine.
You start putting them in your satchel.
Jordan, dear.
Take some to me!
I don't know what I'm going to do.
In your bird!
Oh, what?
It's for that fluffy.
What? I'll just hold them, I guess. Big arms. Shannon,
Jordan,
take
my
some.
dear, I do
Sure.
believe we need to align ourselves with that Magnalupin with the glasses. He seems much more at our speed.
Indeed.
RSV? What?
Do you listen to every conversation?
I'm sorry, my mother has told me I have a bad habit of doing that. I can't help it. I have good hearing. It's part of the,
We should align ourselves with this Magnalupin.
I agree.
What do
Why
you
not
think?
me?
My name is Tannen. The smelly dog. He has always had a body odor problem.
Y'all got beef?
I'm glad you're
I believe that
identifying
bacon.
that now. There are things you can do to mask your scent, though.
Can you show me how?
Oh yes, I do
Yes.
have this cologne here. Midnight Darkness
I would not.
3000.
what a name.
I'm a little sensitive to this.
Just be very, very careful. It is quite potent.
Okay. I'll just like put some of my feet.
And
You smell it and it smells like Hollister. Times 1,000.
like Axe body spray.
Yeah, like Axe body spray. But it's like Hollister.
Oh my god.
Kind of smell better.
Yes, of
Yes.
course. Very good smell.
It's actually what I use.
I got it. This one time I disagree.
I'm about to throw up!
And Devin, if you touch him,
Driven.
Evan and Driven, if you touch him, I'll bite your hearts out.
Oh.
Okay, I don't think there will be quite. Yes,
Such
a
hostility.
Oh dear.
Do it.
Stories all this time.
Okay,
Shots in the holes, I have to pull them out!
I think we need to go now and get
Get
started.
to the fight, I have to stop them!
That was a very good joke, Jordan.
Yeah, very witty. Let's go. Let's Barkeep, we're ready for attack. Let's go.
Oh, okay, alright. And she kind of writes it up, and it's like did each of y'all get something? Each of y'all got something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, whoever hasn't been charged is just like 2 gold pieces or whatever.
Okay.
3. That's 5 gold. Jeez.
I'm rich.
I have no idea how much I had initially.
We can just say like
Whatever.
20 or something.
12.
I don't know.
Right.
19.
My background gave me a little more.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Alan's rich.
I've got some.
She's loaded. Which is like 20 somewhere on here. Just like 20 older. Okay, so are we wanting to exit the tavern?
Yes.
Indeed.
Cool. Alright, well all of you exit the Yawning Lion and you kind of walk out into a very different looking city. It looked very dark and depressing earlier, now it's very sunny and there's more people around, there's carts going by, and to your left is like a big main city gates and everything. And you don't have any horses, you don't really have any ways to get anywhere faster, but you do have a good idea of the layout of the continent, and you know where Galador Fortress is, which is kind of like a waypoint to get to Noblinger. So I would say that y'all were probably wanting to make for somewhere around that general vicinity.
So do we just know to go there, kind of?
Yeah,
We're,
you can
okay.
just start walking. And it's again very pretty and sunny out. It's not raining anymore. Kind of warmish. So y'all, I guess, do you want to approach the gates?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And so anybody in particular want to touch or like interact with the gate? 'Cause it's like it's this big iron gates you go through.
I don't know if that's hot.
And it makes this very deep like noise and it slowly inches open. And when it inches open, you've seen like cast the view I'm not sure if all of you came through this entrance, but if you did, you'll remember there's 2 very big statues that are kind of outside of this gate that are like wolves, but there's like giant wings on their back, and they have a canopy over your head. And so you're seeing that as you walk through. And as you're walking, you notice that these wolves' eyes are starting to glow a little bit. And they don't move, but you hear this very deep rumbling voice come out of like both of them at the same time, be like, I sense nobility in some hearts and not in some. You have a hard journey ahead of you. Let it be known that the magic of Atraxia goes with you. And then the lights in their eyes go out.
What did the wolves speak?
What's so weird about a wolf speaking?
He's not the only one with good hearing. Just wanted to say.
They can't mind their own business.
Quite annoyed.
Let us walk ahead. We walk ahead.
Oh. I guess we follow suit or whatever.
Yeah, you can just start walking. So you're walking, and I'll say About like a good. There we go. Siri, stop it. Okay. So when you're walking, you're kind of going along here, skirting around here, and about in a day, you probably are somewhere kind of around here. At this point, the sun's starting to get kind of lower in the sky. It's not quite sunset or anything, but you're officially on this very big expanse of golden plains. It's very pretty. It's like a sea of grass, just as far as your eye can see. And you see a lot of really big stone ruins around these places. And in one of these ruins, kind of like off to the side, probably several hundred feet away, you see glimmers of movement behind it. You can't really tell what these things are, but you see movement and you hear kind of voices, but they're very weird voices, like ethereal, almost sound like they bleed into the wind a bit.
Am I the only one seeing this?
You can roll perception checks, yeah, whatever.
Oh.
Oof. Oh, yeesh. Oh, no.
I got an 18.
Okay, well you pass.
Natural 1.
Oh god.
6.
You see?
Did you see anything?
Okay.
Okay,
So I'll roll. What you do to perception check is you'll roll this die.
Perception?
Just like kind of.
I
Actually, you
got
can
a
roll-
6.
take this
Plus
one
that.
and roll it, and whatever number you get.
3. Natural 3.
Okay. 6.
Natural
All right. So anybody. Okay. So what are the numbers again? Call out.
18.
18.
6.
6.
19.
What's your number?
1.
6.
Okay. So Ravas and Tannen are the only ones who actually notice this interesting looking movement in these ruins. You hear these strange voices and you see it almost looks like a flutter of wings. Feathered wings.
And my little crest kind of perks up, and I kind of I guess I'm cloaked right now. I kind of shimmy off out of my coat and or cloak, and I kind of just zip through the air, just kind of rise up and then just kind of glide over and see what's going on.
Okay. And so as you glide over, you see that you did definitely see wings, but they don't belong to a Freki. They belong to a herd of Pegasi that are
Whoa.
grazing kind of in this grass area. And the voices you hear are their voices as they speak to each other, but you can't quite understand what they're saying.
Can I land on top of one of the ruins pillars
Yeah.
and kind of
Absolutely.
just perch there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And one of them
I'm perched.
One of them has this very pretty, shining, almost pearlescent coat, kind of looks up at you. Doesn't say anything. It just kind of regards you. And all of a sudden you hear that very ethereal voice kind of whisper to you. You can't quite understand it, but it appears that it's trying to talk to you.
And I kind of outstretch my wings just a little bit and kind of give them a gentle flap.
And it kind of looks at you a little bit, and it does the same thing. It's its wings extend, and it has these giant white wings with gold fletching kind of at the edges, and it gives a little shake of its wings, and it starts kind of up towards you.
Wow.
And my heart skips a beat. I start really, I'm my mother has told me of such creatures, and I go down, kind of kind of outstretch my hand a little bit.
And it's walking up to you, and it's all very sweet, and you see the sunlight shining, and as soon as it kind of gets near you, you suddenly, a lot of the rest of the Pegasi herd start, those voices get very loud, and they almost sound like they're panicking. And the Pegasus that's coming up to you suddenly kind of jolts back, and it rears up, and you start to see that kind of in the distance, there's this, it looks like a dark cloud coming at you, and it's in the vague shape of a horse, but it's very shadowed looking.
What the heck?
And then my little mohawk goes straight up, and I bad gut feeling, and I zip out and come back to everybody. I'm there's something bad in that's coming. It's food. They're Pegasi. They're fine. They're beautiful creatures. But there's something bad coming behind them, and I think we need to be ready for it.
Is this in a cave?
There's no plain,
Plain,
open
and
field.
there's ruins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Open field.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this thing in the air?
It is.
Yeah.
The
it
thing-
was a black.
It's a cloud. I will say it's a black. I say it's a black cloud, but it's on the ground still. It's almost like a black cloud of air surrounding this kind of equine.
Yeah. It was this dense blackness ethereal thing coming over the plains.
Cool.
So, and I like unsheath my two gleaming short swords that are just like kind of Are they kind of glowing?
Yeah, they look like they almost have like sunlight trapped in them.
Yeah.
They're very pretty looking.
So I'm like ready, and I look at everybody. I'm like, I think you guys just need to brace yourselves here.
Right? And as she says this, there's this kind of ominous sensation that kind of comes over all of you, almost like there's some sort of looming presence. And at where this kind of stone ruin is, at the crest of this hill, you see this thing appear. And at first it's kind of hard to tell exactly what it is because it's covered in black. But as soon as that kind of cloud dissipates, you see that it is a horse-shaped creature, but it's not a normal looking horse. It's got a giant, like jagged looking horn kind of coming out of its head like a big blade, and it has red eyes. And it makes this kind of horrendous roaring sound. And as it does, its mouth stretches way too far back to be a normal unicorn. And you realize, those of you who y'all are aware of this. I'm not sure the rest of you are aware of this. This is a fell unicorn, which is a unicorn that has been corrupted by Legion in some way or another as a servant of
So I would
Legion.
know this.
You would know this, and this
I
is
kind of like curse under my breath, and I'm like,
Hey Arthur meme. That's kind of what we're thinking.
Oh shoot.
so edgy.
It comes up to you and it loosens this horrendous roar, and everybody roll initiative. For me.
Ooh.
Yep. That's
So
what
roll
I did.
advantage.
How do you roll advantage on initiatives?
Class.
Ooh. I got a 22 or 21.
12.
12.
Okay. Alright, let me write these down because I can't remember anything. So it's 22 and 12.
Wait, I'm at 21. I'm sorry.
21, okay.
21.
21, 12,
Do we roll off?
5, 5.
7.
Oh my
Seven.
god.
Wait, did that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
We just both made 12 again.
Oh my word.
But I would have made 13
Well, I
with
would have made
initiative.
13.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay.
Nat 20, baby.
Oh, so
man.
18.
Okay. So who got 20 or above?
Well,
Or 20? You got 20.
we're
right?
going down. We tied for 12.
Oh, okay.
We were rolling off, so I'm
And then
gonna
we
go
made
for
13 again, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so Evan's the only one who got 20
21.
or 21, okay. And so who got between like 15 and 20? Anybody?
Oh, I got 17. I mean, sorry, 18.
No.
you
This
got
is
12.
We got 12.
Okay.
Oh, okay, okay. Never mind.
So
Okay.
who got between 10 and 15?
And you raise your hand, but I'm going before. So
Yeah, alright.
Okay.
I got 10.
Alright. And this would be-
I don't know what to do.
Let's take a quick potty break. real quick.
Do it, yes.
Let me pause.
I can't go to the restroom. I don't know what to do. Oh.
And we're back.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Well, last we left off, it was a giant belly unicorn that was planning on attacking us. So, first up is Evan.
Oh gosh. Oh. All right. So how far away is this thing from me?
It is approximately, I'd say about a good 40 feet away.
40. Okay.
Ish, yeah.
Jeez. So I am going to look at it and not freak out. I'm not gonna freak out. I don't freak out. All right, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna cast Ray of Sickness on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So make a ranged spell attack on a hit. Takes 2d8 poison damage.
Oh, there's my 20.
And it has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Oof. Alright. Well, that's not good. It's probably not gonna hit.
Let's see.
Um.
Throw that way.
10.
Does not hit.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Alright, that's my turn.
Your turn. Okay.
Yeah.
This unicorn
Oh, I should have cast it.
let me make sure. Okay. Is going to charge forward a good It's gonna charge forward a good, 20-ish feet, like cross half the distance, and it is going to.
Oh, I'm also sorry. I should specify. I'm gonna hide behind Dragon a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Okay. Actually, let's see. Hold on. It is. So it's gonna move closer, and it is going to charge at Drebin. Actually.
So pale and bright, shiny here.
Like a vampire from
Is my-
what's it called?
No.
The rose quartz eyes are just glowing.
Okay. Let's see. Does a.
It's not true blood. It's not true blood.
Does a.
Twilight?
10 hit?
Sorry.
I did not think so. Okay, so it misses, and that is going to Riva. It's now your turn.
Oh, actually, he technically has a
Did he
higher
have a
initiative.
Okay, sorry, alright.
So switch places
I
with
shall switch. Alright, it is now.
Gotcha. I'm going to. I'd like to pull out my longbow
Cool.
and shoot. First, I'm going to cast Hail of Thorns.
Okay.
And can longbow shoot 60 feet?
It's now about only 20 feet away from you.
Oh, okay.
though.
Well, definitely.
Longbow's
definitely.
whack range.
Okay, well then. And Hail of Thorns, the next time you hit a creature with a ranged weapon, before the spell ends, this spell creates a rain of thorns that sprouts from your ranged weapon or ammunition. In addition to the normal effect of the attack, the target of the attack, and each creature within 5 feet of it must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 1d10 piercing damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
Okay. And how close did it have to be?
5 feet.
5 feet?
5 feet? I don't see 5 feet.
Or no, they have to be to explode. It hits. You shoot an arrow.
And then it's got to be
Make an
within
attack.
5 feet of the arrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess you roll for the spell?
Or he would roll his attack. So it's just a
Okay.
normal
So, yeah,
shot. You're basically enchanting your arrow.
Okay,
that
I
makes
see. Yeah. Roll to hit, please.
So 15 plus my initiative?
That definitely.
Plus your.
Sorry. It's been a long time. Yep, so 15 plus 7.
That hits.
22.
Alright, so I need to make a dexterity saving throw. I'm gonna. He was.
Yes, I guess so. Yes, you do.
Oh no, you're close to it? Oh,
He is, yeah, because it charged, so it's like super.
That's okay. Screw
Ooh, my God,
dragon, man.
terrible.
Dex save was. Probably not gonna beat it. A 12.
Hmm.
What's your save?
My DC?
It'd be
I don't see.
8 plus your proficiency plus your wisdom.
8 plus 3 equals 11 plus my wisdom.
14.
Oh,
So
okay.
I failed.
I have also failed.
So for this one, you're gonna roll damage like you normally would for your bow first.
Okay. So 1d6.
Mm-hmm.
Which one? This was the 6. Okay, so 1d6 plus 7. 7, 8, 9.
Your longbow is. Yeah, 1.
Yep. No, it's 1d8. Shoot. Shoot. I believe that's
It's
not
this
it.
one.
It is that one. 8.
Oh.
You're getting dead.
I don't get hit with an arrow.
Oh.
I get hit by what explodes.
Okay, and so 8 plus 7, and
Or
that's
8 plus your dexterity. So
plus
damage.
4?
Yeah.
12. So
Okay, so it takes 12 damage, and then the arrow. What does the spell say?
So if you cast a spell using a spell slot of 2nd level, just using 1st level. So 1d10 piercing damage
On a failed save.
on a failed save. So you're on a failed save.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a d10.
Does this spell last or just on impact?
Just one
Okay.
shot.
3
Okay.
plus 3.
Okay.
So I take half of 3. Are we rounding up or down?
Oh, we're level 6.
I guess
Also,
I'll
or 7.
Alright,
Yeah.
so I take 2 damage.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
That's not terrible.
Okay.
Alright. Well, is that your turn?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Grabbing glares over at you.
Oh god, I was about to say, oh
Swords
no.
out of his face.
Alright, so we are now on to Rava.
Okay, so I'm going. Wait, can I run up to it? Is it close enough?
Yes, yes, it's
You
close.
get 2 attacks.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
do it. No, let's forget about it for now. It's fine.
Are you sure?
I mean, I could attack again. I could shoot another one.
Yeah, you can shoot another arrow for sure.
True. 17 plus my. I'm sorry. That's 7. Okay, 17 plus 7.
Yep.
24.
Okay. So now roll damage.
Yep,
Okay.
yeah, you definitely hit.
That's
Combo damage. so
Jeez Louise, 1d8.
Other one.
1
Plus your
Well,
dexterity.
plus dexterity, which is shoot. I can't read today. Plus 3,
Or no, 4. So
4.
5.
5.
5, okay. Thank you. Alright, takes 5 damage. And now it is Rava's turn.
All right. So I'm gonna run up to it with my short swords, armed, and I'm gonna try to make an attack. So does a 21 to hit?
Yeah, yes, that definitely hits.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's go 10 damage for the first attack. I'm gonna use my extra attack.
Yeah.
Okay. So 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. 10 damage.
You?
And then for my bonus action, because I'm a dual wielder, I'm gonna go ahead and attack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nat 1.
Oh!
Howard.
And then I commit
Oh man.
Oh my god.
So I guess enough.
Okay, that's your turn.
Yep.
Alright,
Uh-huh.
we are now on to Tannen's turn.
Okay. So I pull out my quarterstaff and I run up to it and try to.
Cool. Alright.
So, just. Questions. Is 21
Can I
hit?
That definitely
can I
hits,
use my
yes.
spell to hit the same target?
That's the target.
So it's 5 damage.
Cool.
Being spelled
I guess you hit it again.
Alright.
Bonus action. Right.
Yeah,
Bonus
you
action
can do
hits
some
the
different. Yeah.
same target twice. Well, I mean, like,
Yeah, you take one of these.
it's
I
basically
believe.
just.
That is a
Depending
9.
on
If it
what
was
level
something
they
like-
are.
Okay. Does a
Yeah,
So you're six.
The 16
Above.
does hit, yes.
Okay, yeah, stats.
Yeah, you can.
What?
Whoa. I believe so. So these level 6 spells
Okay, one
are
does 10 damage
a third level slot. Are these slots?
with my.
Chintry? I'm not the one to ask.
Nice.
She's looking at different spells.
So she has up to 3rd level. That's the highest level.
It does not, no.
Okay.
They told me I needed to swap this one
Ooh,
for
natural 20.
That definitely hits, yes.
Yeah.
chaos.
Kill it.
Okay.
Kill.
So it is 8 damage,
Nice.
and then I want to use. So I just used the flurry of blows as a bonus action. So then I'm gonna spend a key to make it succeed on a dexterity throw or be kept prone.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Alright.
So your DC is going to be 8 plus proficiency plus wisdom. So it's going to be 14. So she has to get a 14 or higher. Wait, is that
Okay.
Okay.
It's
14. Oh, that's not nice.
Okay, I was thinking, no, right, so I was like, that's not right.
Once it's close. They were the
Oh, I got a 14, so.
Oh,
special forces.
So look at that one. Okay.
I'll do Black Ops. There you go.
So,
There you go.
is
That's
that your
pretty cool.
turn?
Yeah.
Alright, it is now on to
You gotta like make
Greta's turn.
Okay, so he's next to me,
That'd be pretty cool.
but the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to use
You're a
my.
winner, Brevin.
I'm going to use my channel divinity,
Cool.
He's a cleric.
and
Never mind.
you see, like within 30-foot radius around me, the light just dims. You see my eyes go black, and yeah, that happens, guys.
Ooh, nice.
And then as my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna. It's gonna summon like a bigger version and like a dark shadowed version of my glaive on my back, and it's gonna hit him.
Nice. Great.
Straight in the neck.
Oh yeah. So 23 to hit.
Ooh. And this would this count as a spell or an actual attack, like attack, or
This is a melee.
Okay.
spell.
Okay.
Melee spell.
99% sure that it hits very much so.
Chameleon.
8 damage. 8 radiant damage.
Nice.
That matters.
Yes.
It's a little like oxymoronic if it's like shrouded. Is it like a shadow?
No.
Oh,
It's pretty good.
So light. And then at the end of my turn, because of my aura, I get 1d6 temporary hit points plus my level, so I get 8 temporary hit points.
Nice. Question: does the spell that when you made it dark, does that say anything about dark vision at all? Like, can you still use dark vision to see
Yeah, it
through?
creates dim light.
Okay.
It doesn't go all the way dark.
All right. Cool. Awesome. So that is your turn, correct? All right. And now your turn.
I still don't know what to
It's okay. Wait. Let's see. You have a.
I think I've got it. I was a little caught off
Do you
guard last
have
time,
a
but I've got it now.
that you've seen
It's
that
like,
you've
no, I don't
seen.
want
Oh,
to
I
go
can
first.
just, I know, I was like,
Just-
oh
yes,
crap, I
you,
didn't
well, you
think
can
of
use
what I
any
could-
in here, and you can just pick one from any of these.
That's
That
why I
could
chose-
be-
That's why I chose Steam
Yeah.
Fire because I don't have PC.
At least you know what like a D8 or like a D9.
Oh yeah, you can do that
Like,
one.
or whatever.
Do that?
What?
Just like,
So you know you're fine. Okay.
no, it's fine.
Okay, cool. You want to do
I'm
that
trying
one?
to figure it out. I'm just,
Alright.
I mean, I'm just trying to keep it in memory.
You haven't had to roll a D8 with it. The only reason I knew that was a D8 because I have to roll all the time for.
Alright,
all of
so
these.
you were casting Shatter,
Here's the longbow.
which means
A
that
lot.
so
Every
10
time, every
feet.
single time.
Is anybody really close to this thing still?
Me?
Me.
Sorry, it's all good.
Oh,
Make
no.
a Constitution saving.
I'm gonna do Hail of Thorns.
Constitution?
Yes.
I think, wait.
Ooh.
Where am I? Okay.
Oh, 16 before pounds.
Yay!
19.
I got a.
Ooh.
17, I kept rolling.
Alright, I have made
Doesn't count.
I passed mine as
I'll
well.
take the 16.
So it's my Constitution.
Oh, okay, so
yes.
we're good.
My
Yes.
save is 21.
Okay. Yes.
19? Did I say?
Yes,
So
yes,
we
you're
take,
good.
do we take half damage?
It says my Constitution saving throw. Half as much damage. Okay, so it takes 3d8 thunder damage on the failed save, or half as much damage on the successful one. So throw.
So it's a successful save, so you have to take half as much.
D8. Alright, so throw. Yes. So roll this 3 times, and then whatever that number is, divide it.
time?
No, just like roll it 3 times,
Add
tally the total,
And
and then half of that is what damage you take.
Okay,
So that's 3
Is that 6 or 9? So if for this spell I get 2d10,
2
do I just get to reroll all?
and then it'd
What's the
be
deal? I'm
10. So it'd be 5 damage.
We're taking 5 damage.
Yes. Alright, so now, is that your turn? You good?
Yeah, I guess you can do it up to 3 times.
I don't think you can.
Wait, did I? So wait, I
Heard things.
once I
No,
roll,
you-
I can say
Bad
dice.
things? Yes, you did.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it costs that's your action. Alright,
Oh, wait.
so now we are back to the top of the board with Evan. Evan.
Okay, I'm going to cast Firebolt.
How much damage did she
5 per person.
after it's
Yeah, you might have to help me here a second. Okay, I'm gonna cast Firebolt. Well, first off, Evan is like, oh man, what do I do with it? And like pulls out of her pocket, she has like a set of fingerless gloves with like chains on them, like
Oh,
black
nice.
fingerless gloves, and she like puts them on real quick, and she's like, okay. And so she's going to cast Firebolt, but I'm going to use Twin Spell, and I'm also going to use Empowered Spell for my Meta Magic. Okay. So I'm going to roll for damage, and I'm twinning it, so it means I'm going to cast it like for both hands. Where did my D10? Okay, ready? Be good. Oh yeah. Okay, 17 plus 6 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, perfect. So that was the first one. 19 plus 6.
Hits.
Swag. Okay, so they both hit.
Mhm.
So then I get to roll 2d10 for this one. Okay, so 5. So for the first hit, it would be 6, but then I can reroll stuff, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
up to 3 times.
Okay, so
Only on one of or
on one of the hits.
It
so-
would only be on one of the spell. Yeah, one of the hits.
Yeah, so since that was only a 6, I'm gonna reroll for the 1. Okay, so I got a 20, a 7.
That's 4 times. Roll 4 times.
No, I just rolled 3 times. You roll 3 times,
Okay.
and then you take one of those. I'm gonna take the 7. Yeah, so 7 plus 5 is what?
12.
12.
12.
12. Okay,
Yeah.
so 12 damage on the first one,
Okay.
and on the second one, which is not empowered, 10 plus. So 11 damage on the second hit.
Alright. Good lord.
I was looking for a demonstration on that for sure.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, how are you doing? Like this, like this, like this, but it's like Iron Man's.
What is it? Jujutsu. The fireball.
And I don't know what the fireball is, but I just keep doing this.
Oh.
Wait, so you must use the rerolls? I'm
That's
confused.
I'm just doing. I don't know.
Alright, okay. So this.
A lot of times I just do
Okay.
this.
See, I'm confused.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
like
that's
what
right.
the reroll works.
Yeah. Fireball jutsu, fire style fireball jutsu.
Gotcha.
You ever play Power Gem in Storm 4?
No, but I've seen you play.
Oh.
Or you whipped it out.
So you can't use all
I
of
think
it. You just
there was-
choose. Wait.
Yeah. I remember.
It
Oh,
looks
that's
so
really
great.
good.
It is really cool.
Who are currently closest to this thing?
Me,
So
still.
if I were
Ron is
I would have
close.
done.
Anybody else? Is Dreven, are you still close? Okay, Dreven, and who else?
I'm not close.
Not okay. All right. Well,
Oh, who's gone since I've gone?
Just her.
Where's she
yes.
Well, yeah.
at? Well, she hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sorry.
You get 1d6 plus 6.
Temporary?
Yeah, you get 11 temporary hit points.
Swag. Thank you.
Did I not get that too?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Jeez.
Okay, so let's
Shoot. Colin would have got it, but she hit me.
I guess
That sucks.
the siblings are asking.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Makes sense.
So I would have done. Alright, just re-rolled my one. Had to
You're good.
Gotcha.
Figure yourself out.
So can you choose which dice you want to re-roll? Are we ready?
Whose turn
That's
is
what it's
it
like.
now?
It's the unicorn's turn. I was making sure. Y'all good?
Oh yeah, we're good.
Okay. All right. Well, the unicorn is looking a bit injured at this point.
Ooh.
It's starting to. There's a lot of. It's already kind of like bloody looking, but there's blood's actually starting to come from its body. It's
Ooh.
not just on its coat. And it's pissed. It's roaring. There's like this gross kind of red energy spewing out of it, and it's going to look at Ravath, Dreven, and Tanan. And all of a sudden, this very like dark, ominous energy is going to start swirling around all 4 of them.
Uh-oh.
Swirling, and all of a sudden, they are gone from that point. They have been teleported a good, probably, maybe 100 feet away. They're now teleported 100 feet away and are not, like, again, 100 feet from the existing group. And once they kind of spawn back in, they're a little bit disoriented. And that is its action. You're currently kind of like next to this like big lake thing, and it's looking wounded but pissed off at you. And that is its action. And it is now, since everybody's pretty far, I mean, you can, those who are far away can use their actions to move up. And those that are there, I guess we can start with down the thing. It would be Rabath's turn.
Well,
It would probably.
or I guess, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, made a note and didn't look at it.
Cool. I guess I'll shoot my arrow. And I really want to do Hail of Thorns again because I think that's really cool.
What's the range? I was about to see.
Yeah, I haven't seen the range on this at all. But the range on my longbow is supposed to be stupid, right? So
Let's
I
see
tried
what
looking
it
up the
is.
range of the longbow, but I couldn't find
Is it a
anything.
spell? No, longbow.
It is
120.
150.
Oh,
nice.
fun.
Cool, you can hit it still.
150 and then up to after 150 you can go up to 600 with disadvantage.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna hit him with the longbow again. Get the arrow and then just enchant it. And I guess I'll roll to hit before I even roll for the enchantment of Hail Thorns. But roll to hit. This isn't my dice, but come on, man.
Oh no.
Oh man. Okay, so that's 4 plus 4. That's 8. Okay.
Does not.
You get another attack.
Oh yeah, that's true. I do get another attack. I'm gonna do the exact same thing.
Was
What?
the spell trigger the first time you hit? Or when does it trigger?
I think it triggers on impact. That's what it says. The next time you hit a creature with a ranged weapon attack.
So if it's still there, you gotta hit it.
Okay, gotcha. 13 plus 4, 17.
Plus 7.
Plus 13 plus 7.
21.
Or 20. Yeah, 20.
20.
Hit.
Nice. Ooh. I guess 20 does hit.
Okay, so that's 1d8 plus 7.
And plus 4.
Or plus 4. So that's 4, 5, 6. That's 6 damage. And then we have this right here. That's 1d10. And that should be not that one.
I think he gets to make a
Not that
save
one. Where it is.
against
There it is. That's not it. I always think it's that one. It's this one.
Or that one.
What kind of save is it?
That's what I was wondering.
You were correct.
Let's see. There's not a 10 on
It
it.
goes to 9
Oh,
because
okay.
there's a 0.
4.
Okay.
So 1d10. I got 4
It's a dex save.
Dex save, alright.
plus nothing. I don't think.
Oh my god, wow, yeah, nat 1.
Ooh.
Not great, okay.
Ooh.
It's yes.
anger blinds.
It is, yes, it is extremely disoriented. It has become.
It's horn somehow.
It's choking on its own blood.
Yeah, it is disoriented, it's pissed, and its rage is not, it's not able to dodge as well, and that just absolutely clobbers it.
Get
Alright, you have wounded it quite badly. Okay, so now it is robust.
So
Is there any way I can move? I can only go 30 feet, so I'll just expend it.
Okay.
And like, ah! And like, run forward. How dare you remove me from the fight? Coward!
Okay, so
I look
now.
over at Zanu and you get 9 temporary hit points.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
okay.
I thought he
I was about to say, wow.
Yeah, that's true. You gave it to me for
It's
some
a lot
reason.
of damage to this thing.
Oh, yeah.
I gave it 20!
You haven't gone yet.
I dealt it 20 my first try.
I
My
just
first try.
casted it
Whatever.
last turn.
Apparently, Iverons have a short memory.
They do have a long time. I don't know.
That's good. It happens on the end of your turn. It hasn't been your turn since I got it.
So it's like you shoot like green stuff, like
Okay.
green wind at me, and it just hits me, and I get the hit points and stuff.
Like a fart.
It just shoots a fart at
Shadows
me.
swirl around you.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah. Or I just go like that. I don't know. But yeah.
It is now Tanan's
Acknowledge.
turn. Tana's
Did you
turn.
just
Can you do anything?
Yeah, I just
100
moved
feet away
forward.
currently from you.
Oh, are you
30 feet closer. I only have short swords.
Towards that, you're probably close.
Oh, wait.
Wait.
Could have dashed.
I don't think I could have.
Yeah, you can.
As
It's
your
an
action, you can.
That would have been your whole action, but you basically just do double your normal speed in
Oh,
a certain
okay.
direction.
I didn't know
So you can
that.
move 60 feet towards it.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so you wouldn't get.
Moving 60 feet
But
towards it.
I'm closer.
Mhm.
Better than nothing. Okay, yes.
Alright, 60
That's-
feet towards it.
Yep.
Alright,
I'm
so
still
now.
far away.
40 feet, it's all good.
Still pretty far, yeah.
Now it's Tana's turn. Can you do anything?
I'm just gonna run towards it. I have 45 minutes. And I think I can also dash.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, you can spend a key point and do Step of the Wind.
Or you can just dash.
Colors of the one?
You could just use this entire
Yeah, you can. I mean, you could.
Cut it down.
What is your music?
Oh my gosh.
So, how far away is Daniel from it?
Daniel is, I mean, it teleported about 100 feet away from everybody, genuinely, so.
Okay, so you could.
Well, I'm stupid. I just realized. I'm dumb. Sorry. Hold on. It teleported him with it, so he's actually next to it. That was my fault.
Oh, wait,
I-
teleported Daniel with him?
Yes, 'cause
Oh.
like it's basically when it teleports or does anybody within like a radius. And so I took everybody. It took those three.
Am I
people with
there?
it. Am I stupid? I am stupid. You are there. Hold on. Hold on.
So wait,
I messed
the
up.
rest of us are 100 feet away from
Yes.
them now.
Would we have
Wait.
gotten hit by Jorgensen's arrow? I mean, not Jorgensen's, sorry.
Wrong character.
Not Zeus.
Xenoob's.
Jorgensen.
Xenoob's arrow. That's pretty cool.
I don't think so.
Dangerous arrow.
I'll just say no. I don't want to throw anything off, so I'll just say no. I did not get hit by it.
Just
But you
make
are
sure
okay. Yeah. Ignore anything I just said. You are next to it, so you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Then an
Make
aesthetic.
things
So try to hit it 4 times.
Ooh.
So twice with a quarterstaff, and then my bonus action on it for
Well,
Okay.
So let's hit him.
we can just
16 plus
collateral damage.
20.
Yes.
Like
What did I
20. Okay, there's a
This one.
You're so moody.
20.
Gosh,
and
I know.
Mhm.
Mascara Emma.
That definitely
very
17.
gentle.
Mascara
Yep.
Emma's very judgy.
Oh.
Very moody.
The icy stare I get.
Just a hot topic in this
Okay.
Yeah.
behind the eyes.
So my
First two eyes, you see the hot topic logo.
This is my e-girl makeup.
Holy cow, stop.
A 9.
You could probably make
Why are you
money
so
on
good at
Twitch
it?
that
Right?
That's the plan.
Okay.
Twitch monies.
How would you like to
one
kill
shot?
Daniel killed it, guys!
He is
Yeah!
What?
annihilated this thing.
Killed it? How did you get?
Try to kill him. Dad, how do you do it?
How did you have a preference for how you kill it?
How does he do it?
I guess. So after I hit him with my quarterstaff, I did my unarmed strike. I took its unicorn horn and just take it out.
Brutal. Brutal.
I'm over here just like, wow, that is a feat of strength for half the size of. My
Oh my
respect
gosh.
has gone tenfold.
It's always been the scrappy one. That Tammy. I'm very proud.
I'm glad you aligned
You have-
yourselves with that one.
Someone's got to do it first. You have to do it first, and then I'll do it. And then,
Oh, he'll join in the chorus.
yeah, he's gonna have to start it.
Everybody's near me. This thing lasts a minute, so I have like 9 rounds, I guess.
Oh my word.
So I'm gonna roll each time, see how many everybody gets. If I can get a 6. Okay, there we go. So everybody has 12 temporary hit points now.
Wait, do I get more than
Even
just
me?
9? Even me?
12, you said?
Yeah.
I got 11 previously.
Well, you have 12 now.
Yes.
You take the higher one
Yes.
if you want to.
I will. Okay.
Void
That's right.
rage.
Are the numbers wrong? What's going on?
Then
What's
after
going-
that, the shadows fade. My eyes go back to normal.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Spooky,
That
spooky,
is
spooky.
legit with
This
the
lasts
Witcher.
till we go to sleep.
Ooh.
Lasts the rest of the day.
You need to watch The Witcher because that's. Watch The Witcher.
It's very good.
It is very good.
The eyes turn black.
That's what I'm
Just
thinking
like,
of.
whoa.
Yeah.
Witcher's eyes looks awesome.
Witcher
They're completely
vibes.
black.
Cool. Cool.
Gerald, I bring you.
Gerald of Ashmore. Sorry. It's low hanging fruit, I had to say.
Go on to everywhere.
That's good. That's funny.
So are y'all joining up with the ones who are, it would be
Sure.
Drebin, Hannon, and Ravat that are next to this dead unicorn now.
Sure.
Okay, so joining up with them. Any remarks?
Were you harmed?
No. I'll go for it. What's your name?
Xanadu!
Not Giuseppe.
Gonna give a glare to him and then to
Mark?
Mark. No, or you.
I'm like busting it. And I come up and I'm like, whoa, did I just see Tannen take the horn and stab it down?
Like through it with my body.
Like, all the way through.
What are their creatures called?
It's
Magnalupin?
getting close to.
And the Magnalupins have astonishing strength even for half the size of Okay, wow. Fierce warriors.
Does something have to be alive for us to take its life essence?
It's freshly enough dead that you could. It's still kind of sizzling out a little bit.
I'll look over at Evan and be like, after you.
Thank you. Okay, so I'll go up and take some of its life force.
Do you
so
just put
that
your,
means
like, face over it and you go. So is that
I'm gonna go over there
Like
and
chupacabra. With me.
so we get to basically just get some temporary HP. But it won't matter.
Well, we get
Temporary HP equal to the damage that we do to it.
Isn't it just food though?
some drain blood will experience a
Oh.
surge of vitality.
But it only lasts for 1 minute.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. Still gonna drink its blood though, or life energy.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
When she gets done, I will do the same.
Cool.
You see my fangs come out, and they're silver plated.
Oh, whoa.
Wow.
grill.
Yeah, thanks.
Got grills.
Grills. I have a tooth gem on mine.
Wow.
Oh my god. I kind of look at both of you and I'm like,
Okay. I guess that's real. I thought people just said that because they were. Never mind. Okay. Lark, are you okay?
goes up to thing.
Get shit
That's awesome.
It's the best possible thing you could have said that. Oh my goodness.
Well, while Lark is mocking the very deceased unicorn's body, you start to hear, like, once again that kind of weird ethereal wind-like voice, except there's multiple of them now. And kind of over the hill, you see several, not just one Pegasus, there's several Pegasi that are now coming up over the hill and are kind of observing what you've done. And the one that Lark was interacting kind of like breaks off from the others and canters up to you.
To me?
To you specifically.
Can I reach out my hand again?
Sure.
And I get kind of excited.
And
I'm
you
like,
kind of get your hand close to it. It's like, please do not touch. I realize now I spoke in an unknown tongue to you. I apologize.
wow, you can talk.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Unlike that dark, repulsive creature, we have the power of speech. We thank you for destroying it. We have been plagued by them recently. They're evil creatures infected by the Legion.
The Legion did this?
They did. They do not always kill us, you see, nor the unicorns. Sometimes they turn them into those, and they release them on us so that they might kill more.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It is all right. We will endure. But you, such a strange group, and it kind of like looks at everybody, and it's like, I've not seen some of you creatures before. What brings you all here?
We're actually here to try to get back at the Legion. Try to kind of sabotage, take something that is highly valuable, apparently. We don't really know what it is. I mean, we know what it is, but what it can do. But we're trying to take it and get it to the Gray.
You see his eyes kind of brighten. It's like, you are with the Gray.
Yes.
Good. We are also with them. We cannot live with them, you see, but we live here as we have for thousands of years. But we will fight with them when the time comes. Where are you headed?
I forget what it's called. The Legion Stronghold.
No, yeah, sorry.
So we're headed north to the Legion Stronghold.
Noveltyr, yes.
Oh,
We have
Galador Fortress.
Or is it?
Noveltyr.
Noveltyr.
Close,
Never
close.
mind,
You're like
never
near.
mind. We're going to Galathier.
Jesse,
No, that was my fault. I said you fail. And I'm sorry about that.
We're trying. It wasn't your fault.
Oh, good.
It's okay.
Sorry, it gets confusing. It'll kind of like look at you there. I have seen many Legion troops go there in the past. We know well of that location. We will not go near there, but, and it kind of looks back and it's like, For your bravery, we will offer our strength and our flight to fly you closer near Mayapal, which is like right here. So you're right here-ish.
Wow.
It is right there. So we will go no further, but if you would have our assistance, we
Oh,
would
what
like to do
an
this to
honor
thank
this
you.
is to even be escorted by the Pegasus. You're highly revered. Highly revered by the Freki, especially. So the honor is ours.
Good. What of the rest of you? Will you accept our aid?
Your beneficence. We are magical creatures like yourself. And might I ask, could you not take us a little bit closer? Persuasion check. Persuasion check. No, we're gonna do 20. Persuasion 20.
You rolled it persuasion check.
It not only rejects your offer, but absolutely its ears go back.
And I kind of like glare. For the first time, I kind of glare at everyone like, what are you doing? These are Pegasus. Are you kidding me?
That was worth a shot.
My apologies. She doesn't understand the respect that you deserve.
We do not lend our aid lightly. Bold of you to request more of it, when you have earned no such honor.
Listen, we're all enemies of the Legion here. We're just trying to do our part to take them down. And I was hoping that you might feel the same.
Unlike you, who have magic that is in your blades and in your hands, our magic is only in flight. We are no match for them. To go closer would be great risk to myself and the others, and I will not put them in harm's way. I will take you to Mirefall in its outskirts, but no closer. And what of the rest of you? What, any other suggestions we go further? I would hope not.
I would ride with the express guarantee that I would not fall.
We will have it.
And you would have a steer big enough for me.
Y'all got steer with wings.
This is
Dirty longhorn.
It's brownie, but Pegasus.
Oh my god, I just bite into and eat it. Big enough for me to eat.
If the Pegasus could like glare at you, it would be doing that right now. It'd be like, your terminology is outdated.
Before anybody else speaks, I think we all agree that we would appreciate your help. I, for one, would just like to fly beside you as, you know.
This is acceptable. And it kind of looks back, and you hear that like weird voice kind of in the wind again, and several more of the Pegasus. Alright, it's about 4 more Pegasi come forward, and they're all like different colors. Just like one that's black, and one that's gray, and one that's like kind of like a really pretty golden color. And it's like, we will take you to Mirefall now, if that is what you desire.
I call the black one. So that's how I roll.
Alright. Anybody else have any like preferences?
I'm taking the most irritable and shady looking horse. Pegasus.
Probably the gray one.
Yes.
It just looks sus.
I will take the most sus looking one.
Okay. What else? I guess there's only a few left, but okay.
You and
Alright.
you and me are on the same one, right?
Oh,
And you're
we're riding on the same Pegasus.
Yeah.
You can try. The Pegasus immediately, if you try to get on the same one, it's like, no, I can carry only one. Unless you want me to drop out of the sky.
Oh. Alright.
We can't be together right now, my love. Soon enough we will be.
I'll hop on the one next to her.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm kind of like, you don't know the Pegasus. The Pegasus.
Okay.
Peg of people.
The peg of people. Oh my god.
Alright.
Alright. Alright. Are we flying? We want to fly? Alright.
Yeah.
So you're all on your Pegasi, except for Rebecca, who is going to fly.
I like just stretch out my wings.
Yeah.
Really proud, and I'm like
Flight of passage.
Try to like slightly like intimidating.
Alright. So all the Pegasi, you're in these like big, really pretty rolling hills. So all of them kind of take off on a gallop, and you get to like the crest of one of the biggest hills, and they all just dive off of them, and they go flying up kind of into the clouds. At this point, it's sunset. They don't quite go above the clouds, but you see that really pretty gold, and like you feel the wind in your hair. It's very, very calming, very nice. And the whole time, the Pegasi are kind of speaking to each other in this language you don't understand. Anybody want to converse with any, or are we good to just travel? Or with each other?
This is pretty romantic.
Why do you think so?
We're flying. There's the sunset.
I guess so.
And you just kind of hear both the Pegasi you're riding on, like they kind of roll their eyes, like, oh.
And then I'm like, they disgust me too.
And I can see that the black one is kind of like, are they always like this?
Yes.
This is despicable. I've never seen these people before, but I think they disgust me.
If they weren't so helpful, I would have already killed them.
Our leader was kind to offer them our aid. I would not have given it. I saw how they drained the life out of the fell unicorn. Even though it was our enemy, it was a interesting sight, to say the least. And it kind of looks over at y'all and like flares a little bit.
I'm gonna lean down to my grave one and I'm gonna be like, what do they call you?
We are named for the acts of courtesy or bravery or courage that we exhibit. In my name, you could not comprehend its true title, but you may call me Valor.
Well, aren't you pretentious? Maybe that's what they should call you.
I did not give this name to myself. They gave it to me. I showcased great valor. Again, you would not understand my full name. It is just, it's beyond you. It's got this very kind of emo undertone to its voice that's very kind of reminiscent of you.
You know, I kind of like how ornery you are. I made the correct choice here. Fly on.
So y'all go flying kind of like throughout the clouds and everything. And once the sun gets almost to the point where it's like fully set, it's getting dark, the Pegasi begin to descend through the cloud cover. And you see, you went from like these really beautiful golden plains to like volcanic plains.
Ooh.
And there are rivers of lava basically flowing all underneath you. And
transition here.
yes, you can feel like this very oppressive. Pause while I try to get the proper soundtrack going.
You can feel my fur falling off. It's hotter.
It's
It's
cinched.
Yes, it is very hot. It's probably up at least 10 or 15 degrees. Even this high up, it's very hot here. And you see kind of in the distance this like very big haze of smoke, and there are two volcanoes that are very large kind of in the distance. And at their kind of the foot of the volcanoes, a good ways away, you see this kind of faintly glimmering constellation of lights, and this would be the city of Myrefall. And you hear the Pegasi continue to speak to each other, and the lead one, like the pearlescent coat one, says, "We near our destination. We will not take you directly to the city, but you will be near it if you desire to venture there. Be wary in these lands. If you thought our plains were full of legion beasts, these are even worse. We took you over some of the worst of it, but be aware." And they start to kind of descend, and when they kind of get to the point where that city is starting to come into view pretty well, it's kind of like this very open concept city. The houses are all kind of scattered. The buildings are very kind of like rough looking. They land probably a good like mile or two away from it and kind of like pitter patter to the ground. And yeah, y'all will dismount your Hegasai. And do you wish to say anything to them before they leave?
Thank you, majestic beast.
They're out.
And it kind of like looks at you and is like, I'm not a beast, but I guess I will take that as a compliment.
It was meant as such. Thank you.
Good. And they all kind of like the pearlescent one kind of like takes all of them and they fly off. And pretty shortly they are just like little glimmers of flying horse in the distance. And at this point it is now night and it is very dark and it is very hot and there's this kind of ominous glow of lava all around you. So you got the city that's about a mile or two away and it's got these kind of outskirts to it where a lot of people set up camp. And I will say you both are very familiar with the city and are very familiar with kind of the reputation the city has of not being great. So, how do you choose to proceed?
Are they welcoming to us?
They are very welcoming. They're not at all like, yeah, they don't stereotype. They just, there's a lot of,
Unsavory characters.
yeah.
No, gotcha.
I put my cloak back on. Tied my wings.
Nice.
Well, you almost know this place is not very safe.
Fine. Is there a wretched tide of scum and villainy about?
Yes.
How would y'all know about this place?
You both were part of a group
Oh, yeah.
in the city.
Oh, it was in the city?
Mhm.
I did not know it was in this city.
It is in the city.
Indeed.
Yes.
Okay.
So they lived in the city for a time.
We used to live here.
Was this where you were raised, or did you just for a time?
The time.
Do you think we could go to your home and maybe we could,
I don't have a home here anymore.
Well, I mean, okay.
Do
I
we
guess
have any?
sold it.
Do we?
What is our relationship to that group?
You've been gone for a little bit, but there's a chance they would let you
The
stay.
camaraderie is still there.
With you
Does
two, but
it start with a W.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I do. We will have to see if they allow everybody else, but you could definitely try.
The wombats.
We do have connections in this city that may prove useful.
Could try. If not, you all may die this night.
Oh
The city is very dangerous.
Well, I mean, we almost died a minute ago, so I don't see why this would be any different. But
I just suggest for all of you to stay together and watch your backs. And follow our lead.
if you say so.
Do you choose to go into the city then?
Yeah.
All right. So you kind of cross this mile or two that's in front of you between you and the city. And as you're walking in, the first thing you notice is this like very intense sulfuric smell. Just as a boogie. And so you're noticing this like really acrid smell, like tingles in your nose. It's almost metallic. There's metallic undertones. It's just unpleasant. And you see there's these kind of like rolling pits of steam all around. And people, some unfortunate people, are hauling buckets of lava out of these
Oh my
pits
gosh.
and kind of transporting them around. They're just pouring sweat. It looks very unpleasant. And it's at night, so not
Jeez.
unpleasant looking work. These are the very far outskirts of the city. And as you're moving in, you're seeing lots of just kind of like, it's very impoverished looking, lots of like really cheap tents. But there's all sorts of different kinds of people. There are Lupin, there are humans, there are even a few people that could be Frankie, but maybe not. It's hard to tell. They have cloaks on. So you go in and start to enter more to the heart of the city, which the city itself is like, it's spread out, but it's also stacked. So each of these really kind of old looking buildings are like up to 4 or 5 stories tall. And they're all like at these weird leans. Like they look like they're about to fall over, but they also look somewhat like they've been there for a long time. Kind of sort of trustworthy. And as you're walking around, you see a lot of drunk people. You see a lot of very unsavory looking characters, a lot of heavy scarring, that sort of thing. And you come up to this, what looks like a house. and it is painted all black. And it is kind of in this like alleyway near the main square, but you both know the path to this place really by heart. So you come up to this door, and it has a white insignia on it that looks like this like a screaming face almost. It's just kind of very deteriorated and everything. It's just painted on the door kind of haphazardly. So you approach the door, and y'all kind of are before it. What would you like to do?
Say the magic word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you go up to it, and I would imagine you would speak this in your native tongue, which is not common. So you'd go up, and Evan speaks a word or a phrase of words in a language none of you except for Draven are familiar with. And for a moment, there's just silence. Nothing happened. There's a sound to the city, and all of a sudden, the door kind of creaks open a little bit, and you see this like pale complexion and this very bright, almost white, fully white eyeball kind of peering out from it. And they squint, and they kind of look, and they go, "Evan? Is that you?"
Who else? Let me in.
It's like, what's it been? 2 years? We didn't think you'd be back here. Thought you abandoned us.
Can we chat when I come in?
And this like person kind of sighs a little bit, and the door creaks open just a little bit more, and you're able to see a individual that looks similar to Evan, minus some of like the dark makeup and everything. She has this like very kind of like thick braided hair that goes down. It's like very long. It's white hair. It goes all the way down to the middle of her back, and she's wearing this pale white, almost like a grayish, almost looks like it's a very light armor. It's very sleek armor, and that same insignia is kind of splashed onto the front of it. And she opens the door, and she regards each and every single one of you. And specifically when her eyes kind of cross across the loop, and she does not look entirely pleased. And she's like, "So you're bringing dogs to us now?"
Yeah, but they're with us, so don't worry about it. It's for a job.
And you're okay with this?
Dealing with it, but yes.
This better be for good reason. You get 15 minutes max to explain yourselves. And so she kind of like opens the door, and inside there's kind of like haze of smoke kind of comes out a little bit. It smells like some type of like, not like a pipe, like pipe smoke. And once the smoke clears a little bit, this room that is dimly lit by fire that kind of appears to you. And she kind of like gestures with a hand. She's like, "Come in, I guess."
So glad you're rolling out the welcome wagon.
Mm-hmm.
What's this person's name?
This person's name is Celine.
Is that new armor, Celine?
Yeah, it's new armor. Not that you would know. We crafted it about a year ago. Missed out, I guess.
So you started wearing the insignia
Yeah,
out in public?
at least in here. It's removable. Real funny. And so she kind of like gestures, and she's like, get in. Main room, all of you." And you walk in, you see this room is kind of, it's interestingly, it's like a square, but the center of it's kind of like dipped in more, and there are these kind of like booth-like couches arranged in like a square. And you see several other Iberon sitting around, and they all turn and look at you, and they're looking at you not entirely friendly. And so Celine kind of leads you in and gestures to the couch and is like, "Sit."
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a long day, so I like sit.
Alright. And as soon as everybody is like seated, she looks directly at both of you. She's like, "Alright, what's the story? It's gotta be a good one here."
You know the Grey, right?
Yeah, heard of him.
Yeah, we got a job. We're supposed to be obtaining an artifact that the Legion got hold of and doing some damage in the process, and there's some pretty good coin involved.
Ah, so didn't get out of the business entirely, just got out of our business. Is that how it is? Like going against your own kin, it seems?
No, I'm just out making a buck,
Hmm.
doing what I like to do.
Interesting.
Just not with you. You know.
Lovely. And you, I guess you're still tagging along like her pet, as per usual?
No. Protector.
I see.
Yes.
Never seemed the kind to need a protector, but people change. So, I take it all these people are with this coalition you formed to fight with the Grey?
Not quite our coalition. We thought it was just gonna be a 2-person kind of gig. Didn't turn out quite like that, but the coin was too good to give up. And the target,
What's the target?
Tyrannith.
Tyrannith. That is interesting. Yeah, especially given your history with him. No surprise to me.
Celine, if you like to gossip so much, just go take yourself to the tavern.
I want to talk with this one.
I mean, I wouldn't mind to know about the relationship with Tyrannith.
Oh. Would you like to enlighten her, or shall I? I'm most happy to.
Celine, since you're so good at airing everyone's dirty laundry, why don't you go ahead and share?
I can see you guys are so close.
More than happy to. Perhaps we were at one time before you abandoned us. Made a pact only to break it. Typical.
Ooh, maybe if you weren't so blind by your loyalty to whatever this is, maybe you could break your feeble mind out of this box and see what else the world has to offer. But you know what? I know not everyone has that capability to think.
I am loyal to my kind. Unlike you. What?
Sorry, but I would love to hear how Tyrannith is involved in this predicament. Maybe it would help us who don't really know him as well, on this acquisition of ours to get this artifact. So
Well, that is a story I'm more than delighted to share, being it involves her suffering.
I know you're obsessed with me, Celine. Go on.
Well, several years ago now.
Walked into me, girl.
Several years back, after Evan had been with the Wraiths, for that is what we were called, for about 5 years, we had word that the Legion was moving into Mirefall. Not for an occupation, but for a show of power, as they so often like to do. They know they could never take Mirefall, but they like to stick their noses in our business periodically. Well, the Red Captain himself decided to grace our streets. And Evan, in a feat of what I can only describe as pure idiocy, decided to challenge him to a duel. What Evan was not familiar with is that the Legion is equipped with a form of magic that none of us quite understand. It is deeper than the Bloodfire, which is, as we all know, the natural magic of Atraxia, and it is far, far more wicked and evil. During this duel, Tyrannith struck her down with such power and beat her so bloody that I bet the cobblestones over there still shine with her blood. Anyway, she would have died if not for Draven, who came and collected her mangled body off the streets, and somehow she survived the corrupting influence. Barely, I would say. You look in her eyes, and there used to be some light there, now there's nothing, but Tyrannith beat her so badly that none of us thought she would live, and when she pulled through, it was seen as a shock, but she was never the same again. It did heighten her power, but whatever life she had, albeit small, just snuffed out. It was not shocking to us when she left, and especially with her pet along with her. They're never apart. But yes, if you wonder what her personal vendetta is against the Legion, I would say it's more directed towards Tyrannith than anything at all.
Well put, Celine. I know you've been thinking about that story quite a bit. You just told it with such passion.
Yes.
Well, sure, I did get beaten, but hey, you left me with some pretty good strength, so I'll take it. Just to come back and watch the life be snuffed out from his eyes. soon enough.
How do you know he won't use that influence though? If there's something, I mean, apparently he seeded something in you. Surely he couldn't utilize that when the opportunity arose.
She's stronger now. She
It
has the
doesn't-
power of Saoirse.
But I've seen the atrocities of the Legion firsthand. I mean, you would underestimate it again?
I wouldn't exactly call it an underestimation. And also, the magic that he used was a corruption magic, sure. But it did allow me to unlock some powers of the shadows in ways that I don't think they anticipated. Corruption magic isn't exactly easily contained or controlled, even for somebody very, very powerful. So, after some investigation, I figured that I wasn't under any sort of influence, but instead granted maybe a divine gift.
Well, if the shadows are unpredictable and unwieldy as you say, couldn't you be also at risk?
Well, I hope not, but I guess we'll just have to see.
Okay. My feathers kind of like perk up just a little bit, like. Okay.
The only thing you need to know is that I hold a certain level of power that I believe can be used to destroy Tyrannith now.
Well, hopefully, when the time comes, you will be able to do what you wish to do.
I hope that is the case.
And I would not mind for it to come to fruition. So, but please be careful. I don't want anything bad happening. So.
Would be a shame.
Such kindness. I've almost forgotten what it felt like to see somebody with a heart as naive and still warm as yours.
Well, I try.
It won't last long here. And here you are. I assume this is a stop before your final destination, and that you have come here to ask for, what do you call it, room and board.
I would call it that.
You know well that we are not in Evan. We are not often welcome into outsiders, especially the kind who have willingly made themselves outsiders to our cause, without a care to tell any one of us where you went.
Celine, why am I talking to you? You're just the doorman.
I think that's a little harsh.
Is there a boss here?
If you think my words are harsh, hers will be harsher. But if you desire to speak to our new captain of the Wraiths, then by all means.
New captain of the Wraiths.
Yes, you wouldn't know, but the old one was killed.
Shame.
A shame. Indeed. She was one of the best of us. But we have a new one. And I may bring you two, none of the others, but you two to speak to her, and she can determine if you will stay here. And she kind of like stands and gestures to this kind of stairwell that kind of leads up to the second level and is like, do you want me to take you to her?
Sure. Try not to sink your teeth into any of these people, or we're gonna have a problem.
No promises. And she like winks at you and points to the stairs. She's like, go up. You'll know the door when you see it.
Driven, shall
Yes.
we? Alright, we'll go up there.
Alright. So you go up the stairwell, there's more of that kind of like smoky substance, and you notice it's kind of pouring out of this one door that's like right in front of the stairwell. It's just kind of coming out of the cracks in the door, and there's this kind of very deep glow emanating from it. And you know that this is a place where the boss of the Wraiths kind of is held up.
Knock on that door.
In the door. You this very kind of deep, powerful voice go, enter.
Alright.
That old music, hold on. Alright. And so you enter, if I can get better. There we go. You enter this room, and this just massive cloud of smoke just hits you. And it's very obvious now that it's coming from this figure that's kind of like reclined in this throne that appears to have been made from some kind of canid bones of some sort. You see a few skulls that her arms are kind of like draped across. And she is in these very bone pale robes that are kind of splashed with what you are pretty sure is dried blood that just hasn't been bothered to be cleaned off. And she has a interesting kind of mask on her face where it doesn't cover this portion of her face, but it just almost is like ribs that kind of like a clod going down from her head. And her hair is arranged very ornately, and she has red streaks kind of coming down from her eyes. And you know that this is Thias, who her name is kind of emblazoned on the throne above her, and you see kind of scratched out names all around it, and there are like dozens of them. And this is Thias, who is the new leader of the Wraiths, and she regards you. Yeah. She's not the White Wraith, but she's just the leader of the Wraiths in general.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so she looks at you and she goes, never thought I'd see you here again. How times change.
Have I met her before?
You have met her before, like not super like you're not super on like familiar terms with her, but she was not a leader when last you knew her. She was kind of
Gotcha.
You both kind of met her. It's kind of like an acquaintance sort of thing. You knew of her. There's a lot of them, so you can acquaintances with her, and she.
So White Wraith higher than her position.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so she looks at you and she's like, have you come alone?
No.
Knew I smelled dog in here.
It's not pleasant. I'll give you that.
Well, I assume you brought them here for good reason. I heard a little bit of Celine talking to you downstairs about some sort of Legion job against striking the Legion. I mean, can't say I blame you. They haven't quite made it to our territory, but they will get there eventually. Unlike Celine, who harbors some personal resentments, I have none of those. Some of us leave, and some of us stay. That's just how life is. But we have limited space in our rooms. There are more of us since last you knew, and I will be willing to give you a single room. It is small and it is cramped, but you may stay for one night, under the condition that you never set foot in this place again.
I would accept those terms. I will let you know. The Legion is up to bad business. I mean, on our way here, we encountered a corrupted unicorn of sorts, and it struck fear into even the Pegasi. So, I mean, just to inform you, but we are on a job to collect an artifact for the Grey and hopefully kill Tyrannus on the way.
Wow. In that, I must say I can wish you luck. And in terms of the Fell Unicorn, I can assure you there are much worse things here than you could ever see further south. It is... I don't know what they're doing in Nablatir, but many of their little experiments are getting released in our direction. There are attacks on Mirefall almost weekly now. Most of them are empowered with the same corruption magic that Tyrannus bestowed upon you. But I see that you're doing pretty well with it. Interesting. No matter. My terms stand. One room, one night. Never venture here again afterwards, and be gone before sunrise.
That is fair.
Understood.
Fine. She kind of like wraps, she has like this kind of bone staff looking thing. She wraps it a few times and it's like, Celine will get the message. Go on and go tell your interesting group that you have a place here for a night.
Thank you. Alright, so we come back down and deliver the news.
I've fallen asleep.
Someone has to wake me up. I'm just going.
You just leave me there, so it's up. I'm gonna wake me up. You're not even paying
Give
me.
you a shove on the shoulder.
What? What's going on? What's going on? What are we doing?
We're going to our room.
Oh. Okay. Glad it worked out.
Selena's just like glaring at you, but she's not saying anything.
Okay, Celine, I know you were the doorman before, but now it's time to be bellhop. Take us to our room, please.
Wow, you don't have to.
You'll get a gesture, and she just points, and there's like there's a room that she points at, kind of in that first level, and she's like, after you.
Well, you're not getting your tip. Walk past her.
I walk past, but I mouth.
She kind of like she hisses very softly, like not like a, but like a shows her teeth and everything. She's not happy.
Yeah, she's mad.
Okay, so y'all are going into your room.
We're
solid. I was about to go check on
Give
her.
a quick pause.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bathroom break and drink break and anything.
Draw break.
Resumed.
Okay.
Okay. So last we dropped off, we were all in the room, and the Wraiths pulled out. This is like their old group in the city of Meyerfall, and I'm assuming we're all kind of like, are we in the room at this point? Do we decide?
I'm cuddled up next to Drebin in the corner.
Figures. Much cringe.
Okay.
So it's like it's kind of like a very weirdly shaped, smallish room.
Gross. Even like I'm uncomfy.
Oh yeah, it's very cramped in there, so it's not
Oh.
not a great time, especially for like an 8'2" wolf dude.
Yeah.
You're like feeling in the corner. And it smells very much like pipe smoke from upstairs. It's just the leader of the Wraith is chain smoking basically, relentlessly. So it's very smoky in there. It's kind of gross. But you want to say anything, or do we wish to try to sleep in this smoke-infested room?
Is this whole house a hot box?
I mean,
Oh, I meant to ask. You said that you knew Tannen beforehand. Were you the one who gifted him those amazing spectacles? Is that how?
No, I believe he found those himself. Yeah, probably bought them off a trader of some sort. But I did not. But yes, we did indeed know each other at one point, for sure.
Tannen, how long have you known?
I've known him for quite a long time. We go back.
Childhood.
How tender.
Hmm.
So, did you happen to, like, why the Legion? What has made you want to take up this,
They led and massacred many of our people in an attack which we were able to fight off. But in so doing, just killed our leader and made me become the leader. I was his consort, yes.
You're the leader of
I was the leader, but I was so angry and I was blinded by my hatred for them that I wanted to start war. In that anger, Tannen understood how I felt exactly and decided to leave me at my most vulnerable point.
Wait, hold on. Back it up. Tannen, you left him at
What?
his most vulnerable point.
Well, I had a calling. Hey.
He had a calling.
So let me get this.
Religious calling.
Wait.
He did not want to have anything to do with war.
Is that when the glasses come in?
Understandable.
Glasses stay
No.
on.
He found religion and then got the glasses. That's probably what happened.
So what about religion? What called you? What, a vision? Prophecy?
Perhaps a vision of sorts.
Is that why are you after the scroll of prophecy for this reason?
No.
Oh.
No.
I believe he's here for the same reason I am, to get revenge on the Atrexians. Yes.
But you left your childhood friend for religion?
Yes, to become a monk and study the gods.
But I don't understand. To help him?
I abdicated the throne and gave it to someone who was unworthy of it, and he became bloodthirsty and started attacking humans, of all things, humans.
That's hot.
No, wait, hang on. This is derailing tremendously.
No one asked you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I didn't want to have it. I didn't want to have anything to do with it, so I also left.
Did you follow him? Did you seek religion as well? Was
No.
that your escape?
That was never my calling. My calling was to my people, but I was unable to help them, and now they're on a race to death, either bringing death or gaining death.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's well, I hope maybe one of these days do you like plan to retake your rightful place of the throne, or you just
I tried so hard to keep them from going down the path that they are on full speed ahead. There's no way I could stop them now.
the only way you can help your people is defeating the source of
The Attraxians. Anything that I can do to
maybe not the attraction, but the legion.
yes, the Legion. Sorry about that. The Legion. Yes, the Legion of Attraxian. Is that correct?
Attraction.
Okay.
Oh,
Attraxian.
okay,
Close,
same
close,
thing.
close,
Okay,
close.
okay, sorry. Okay,
Attraction.
that's my wrong.
There you go.
And I was
After following the gods for a while and praying, they told me to.
Listening to all those gods, where to get you? Right here, where I am.
Yes.
with glasses now, though.
When I needed you most, you left me. But at the same time, I was about to go down the same bloody path as everyone else. So.
Well, I noticed he was calling some divine power.
Don't point at me, please.
Excuse me, what?
I said, don't point at me, please.
Apologies, but because we're in a cramped room, I want to make sure I was. Anyway, regardless, but you were calling something out on the battlefield, correct?
Indeed.
So, are you also religious? Did you meet with Tannen at the monastery?
No.
Were you the one who gave him the spectacles? Somebody had to.
Let
But
him speak.
I worship the goddess Saoirse, the goddess of death.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but is there a reason?
Why, yes. I don't want to get into it.
Sorry. You don't want to get into it. Is it because of her near-death
No.
experience? But you want to worship the goddess of death
Yes.
when your beloved almost died herself.
She's alive because of Saoirse.
I find that hard to wrap around because the death.
Death
Did
is
she die? Is she dead? No.
But she's not. Even Celine was saying she doesn't have
Obviously,
that
you don't
spark.
know
what I got death bring
anything
her
about
back
the
to
goddess of Saoirse.
Okay. What can
Goddess
she
of
do?
Goddess Saoirse,
Okay.
goddess of death,
Oh.
protects the boundary in between life and death.
Oh,
It
it's coming back
determines
now.
who dies and who lives. So she herself has been blessed with the power of Saoirse. That's why she's still alive.
Very well put.
But you were a follower before her death.
Yes.
Or, sorry, near-death experience.
I don't like it when you put it like that.
Well, you haven't been the most lively of the bunch, so you kind of actually suck the life out of them.
Was she different before? It's brain damage.
No.
She is, I guess, more powerful now.
Is that what attracts you to her, is power?
No. She is the closest thing to the incarnate of Sirsha there is.
Okay.
And you, Lark, are you here just...
I'm just along for the ride.
Alright.
But what, I mean, this is probably not the best environment for you. I mean, it's really awful. Why are you saying that? Well, aren't you from the south where it's nice and humid, and now we're and it's dry and hot and...
What are you trying to say?
Well, I don't, but you got gills and you're blue and...
You never sleep. The number 6. You stay up all night. What was that? Metallica.
It's like a beautiful lullaby. Nothing else matters.
Nothing else? Okay.
Wait a second. Oh, now it makes sense. You were the one who crafted the spectacles.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Knew it! So is that what brought you? Like, okay, so Lark, but please, why? What has the Legion done to you to make you go after them?
I don't even know why I'm here.
I believe she's just looking for a new inspiration for new songs.
We're not political down the city.
I have to say, Mark, I really appreciate your chaotic energy.
Oh, thanks.
It's very compelling.
Compelling.
Yes.
I mean, I can see that.
Who are we against again? Legion.
I love her.
Oh yeah. Screw Legion. All my homies hate
Why are you why are you interested in fighting the Legion?
Okay, let me correct myself. Okay. So, if you must know, the Legion has, killed my sister, if you have to know. But
Oh.
you had to go there, but that's okay.
I understand the pain. Not many
Is
of my
it too much
brothers.
for people to ask
No.
you questions?
Maybe. Maybe that's why I like to talk. Oh, that makes sense. No wonder. Ooh.
Never
Oh,
question
no,
yourself,
no.
always question others.
No, unfortunate.
Have you ever spoken to anyone about your past emotional traumas?
Well, no, you see, when my sister died, because I saw a group of Legion, but I didn't know they were Legion, I just thought, oh, wow, first time seeing, humans out and about. My mom, she warned me about not to get too close, and I was on a scouting expedition, one of my first, and they grappled me to the ground, and then my sister came in to help, and it didn't end well.
So now you feel immense guilt for your sister's death, and that's what you're trying to get at, is revenge to make up for that?
Basically, yeah, and it kind of, my mother hasn't looked at me the same way ever since then as well.
And so you use your optimism and sunny disposition to hide all of the shame and guilt?
You don't have to put it like that. My feathers are like drooping as the conversation continues. Maybe.
I think it's important to work through these things.
But coming from you, it's a little weird, so.
Oh. Well, this is awkward.
Anyway, but yes, I want to kill them, Shanghai them, and just. So, with that, I think it's time for sleep, and I'm tired, so.
Understood. I think I know enough about all of you to stop talking as well. Good
You know
night.
nothing about me.
No, we know that you made the spectacles for Tanner.
I am unknowable. I know enough. Good night.
Where did you learn Metallica? Well, I'm kind of emotionally drained at this point, so I'm gonna go to bed.
Everybody going to bed? Okay.
I'm gonna take a few moments and just stare into Dragon's eyes for a while.
Oh, God.
Go to sleep.
You make such a good crazy boyfriend. It's so good. It's just like
Sleep.
It's very long.
Ginger's low key crazy in real life.
Yeah. These are their
She's
alter
low-key,
egos.
Oh my god. Okay, well, everybody eventually, after y'all are done staring at each other, goes to sleep. And then probably, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours later, you hear just absolutely vicious knocking on the door. It flies open, and whoever wakes up first is the first to see Celine standing there and going, out.
Well, good morrow to you as well.
It never is.
I think that's because you've never let the sun just fully just warm your soul.
Have you seen an eye run in the sun? Properly.
You got a point. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Out. Including you two.
Well, Celine, thank you so much for your service. Thank you for all of your kindness, and yeah, I hope to never see you again. So I will be on my way.
It has been my immense displeasure to see you again. I hope you never return.
All right, and I hope you rot in hell. All right, have a good day.
There's like a hissing. Imagine there's like a hissing.
Just think one right. Of course, a hissing in the background.
I'm just like,
Okay. Well, we are walking out of the Wraith's hideout and away from the horrible smoke into the sulfuric smell, so great. At this point, again, it's before sunlight and everything, and it's still kind of dark, and you have about another day or two's journey ahead of you to this stronghold. So, would you like to go ahead and embark towards it?
Indeed.
Okay.
So, you go up from Mirefall, past the volcanoes. It's the horrible volcanic fields. Poor Lark is probably starting to get a little parched looking. I imagine there is a kind of a lake you pass by, so imagine she hops in it really quick.
Wait, there's a lake.
Yeah, there's like a little bit of lake, right? We kind of like, it's kind of warm too, because it's kind of been warmed slightly by the volcanoes, but not enough to be like boiling. So there's a lake.
Does anyone have any sort of vessels for water or anything? Water skins?
Oh, yeah. Wait, do I? Totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have skin that's resistant to water.
I am water skin.
I am.
Yeah.
Here, I pity you. And so you see Evan like go up to the water, and she kind of like takes some out and kind of forms into a ball, and she like kind of puts it over your skin, kind of in a thin like shirt almost, like that kind of covers you. I'm using shape water, and I've animated it for an hour.
Whoa.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna fill up one of the water skins too.
Nice.
And that is just a cantrip, so I can keep doing it.
Well,
Cool.
it doesn't seem like you're completely lifeless after all, Evan. That was very thoughtful. Considerate.
That was a backhanded comment.
Not at all.
Isn't it though? Well, anyway.
Well, I thought it was very generous, because I couldn't do it.
I hope you like it. I love it.
She starts being like, as she's walking, she's like,
Everybody has lost the
Oh.
Okay, but we're back to our normal HP.
Yeah.
And spell slots are returned.
Okay.
It's just like Breath of the Wild.
Boo.
Boo. Bad game.
All right. Well, y'all walk past the lake, and you continue venturing. The sun goes overhead. The Iveron pull up their little hoodies; they don't burn to a crisp. And as again another day passes, you start to see that it's already gloomy. 'Cause it's like a volcanic plain, but it's even gloomier now. Like it's it's not nighttime, but the shadows are so deep around you. There's like this very intense smog kind of above that it's obscuring what little sunlight there is. And you're coming to what kind of appears to be like a hill crest. And as you all reach the top of it, you see like this absolutely foreboding black fortress in the distance. It's made of some kind of stone. And you don't really directly see any lava coming near it because you're past the volcanic plains, but there's this red and orange light just emanating from every single window. It's got these very high windows. And you see it's got what appears to be multiple levels. In the lower level, there's a main gate that is iron. And there are 2 entrances. There's like a west entrance and then like an east entrance. Do you choose to approach? You don't really see
Is this the fortress?
the fortress.
Ain't this Mordor though?
It literally is, yeah. You don't see any sentries, interestingly enough. No, there's no really life anywhere. It's just ominous. Not a whole lot of anything. So you're about, I'd say, again, like a mile away. So
We could fly. Oh, never mind. I forgot.
Can I make a perception check to see if we see?
Yes, you can.
anybody?
you
Okay.
absolutely can.
Can we all do that?
Yep, everybody make a perception check for me.
Where is perception? Got a 20, baby.
Nice.
Where is it?
I got 19.
It's up towards the bottom.
Wait, what is
Well,
it? Intelligence or
It's all good.
Never mind. Wisdom. Yeah, 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Never mind.
I got 17.
Nice.
13.
Cool. Well, R2 Iveron and also Tannen are able to kind of. You really are not detecting any life signatures whatsoever, especially not outskirts. There's nothing. No insects, no animals. It is dead. But you do feel this glimmer of just wrongness coming from inside of the fortress. You don't know if it's magical, if it's a creature, but you, especially Evan, kind of get the sense that this is like a form of this corruption magic that you've experienced. You sense like a very big presence of it inside of the fortress, but no life forms that you can detect.
I sense corruption magic. And nothing else. But this place is still. A little too still.
Would the item be here? If no one's here.
I wonder what would happen if we were to create a ruckus.
We do have the Queen Ruckus Maker in our midst.
I just send her over there, just making her sounds.
Sing a song, my people. Let's see.
She might get killed, but that's.
I would
It's a risk we're
prefer.
willing to take.
I prefer if none of us got killed. Could we not go, sneak through like the side door?
I could definitely stealth. Yes, I could definitely use my stealthy legs, long legs could do to get over there quickly.
Perhaps.
My pelt would definitely blend into the rocks, the dark rocks.
I, for one, do not know any magic, so.
So, am I going to go scout this out?
Side note, quick question. Does anybody have pass without a trace?
I don't.
Nope.
I thought about it. I thought about it. And I was like,
Silence.
I have
proficiency in
Silence does
steel.
not move with us though.
Oh.
Got a point. The
Does
largest
anyone else-
distance I can get us would be 40 feet. of silence.
Let me see what I
There's
got.
Righty, so I guess I'm going. I'm gonna try to go through there was a north and south one entrance, right?
Yes. For reference, this is kind of what I imagine it looking
Oh,
like.
jeez.
So there's this big gate
Oh
in the
my
center.
Dadgummit.
There's a door kind of on this side and a door on this side. That big gate is like kind of impenetrable though, or so it seems.
Wait a moment. Before you go, I have perhaps a better idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna conjure. Okay, wait. Hold on. Give me like 1 second. How long does this last? Wait a minute. It doesn't say how long it lasts, so I'm gonna assume permanently until it dies. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to summon my Hound of Ill Omen. Okay, so I kind of like begin to say some incantations and move my hands around, very cool, like Doctor Strange. And then through kind of like dust forming on the ground and like shadows coming together, there's this like giant like black direwolf that shows up and looks pretty swag.
Wolf on a wolf?
Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Doing the shadow?
Fushiguro. Anyway, okay, sorry. Okay, so my dog shows up, and I'm like, go check that out. And so Doggy goes to check it out.
Did you know what the dog sees and everything?
I would.
Alright. The dog, so it goes up and kind of walks along the kind of front perimeter of this place because it does not appear to have any other entrances besides there's that main gate that's just like iron and you can't, there's like a decrepit courtyard beyond it and nothing really else. And then there's 2 side doors and it sniffs them and like kind of like investigates and it also is not picking up any life forms immediately close to them. And although it does pick up in the eastern entrance a very, very weak life signature. It's not it doesn't strike it as like an enemy, it just strikes it as a weak, almost dead life signature, just kind of beyond the door a little bit. This is the east entrance. The west entrance, it detects nothing.
Okay.
And I guess it would come back to you after that.
Goes back
Repeat
and
that.
reports. Okay. Yeah. What's its name gonna be? Hold on.
Ooh.
Martin.
More.
Martin says that there is a life form beyond the eastern doorway. Very weak, practically dead.
Martin is the dog.
Yes.
Should we? So that's good for us, right?
Perhaps. I mean, he didn't detect anything else.
So a full frontal assault wouldn't be too bad of an idea.
Perhaps not. We just might need to be cautious of any sort of magical traps or things of that nature.
Or big sounds that sound melodical that could alert others. I believe that we should keep those to a minimum on our way in, maybe.
Rude!
Okay. I guess I'll go first in our lineup.
Sneaky! We're going sneaky? Hopefully, I would hope.
Sneaky sneak.
Try to stealth him.
Stealthy!
Stealth check.
Holding hard situation. Oof.
Ooh, 19.
That's good. I rolled 2 19s.
Nice.
You beast.
Plus 8. So 20.
Oh, wait.
How did you roll with advantage?
I have
Or
chain.
disadvantage.
Don't I roll with disadvantage because I have chainmail, right? Even though I'm proficient in it.
Oh, is that the biggest one?
22.
But I'm
Where's
proficient.
stealth under? Oh, stealth is
That
under
might be
dexterity
a
plus 1. So did you roll?
Okay.
Well, what did you get?
15?
You have a chain
Oh,
shirt
so you'd add 1 to
or
it.
chain mail.
Said chainmail on
Right.
fighter.
What numbers we got?
Oh, okay.
22
Yeah, you have
Nice.
disadvantage.
years old.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
6.
Alright. So you got 16, 22, what'd you get? 15.
14.
Okay. Everybody but Ravon and Evan creep up very, very, very silently. Like they are passing without a trace without the official. They're being very quiet. I'm envisioning Ravath either maybe not as her talons like scraping the stone or something and being slightly noisy and you something. Maybe your dog starts panting or something.
Kick a rock.
Kick a rock. Just kick. Something like that. So you approach the fortress. Where do you approach from? Or like which door?
Did we want to go to the western or the eastern door? Or the front door?
The body was, or the alive thing was eastern, right?
Yes.
So west? Try to
Yeah, he's
bypass
almost
it?
dead.
But why would we want to risk?
What if it's undead?